Yo, what's good, my fellow Magic Knights? It is your boy, Deadman Vince, back with yet another Black Clover mobile live stream. I hope you guys have been enjoying the game. I heard a lot of people aren't having a good time with the game, and honestly, to each their own. I mean, I already knew what the game would be before it came out. I was already fully expecting, I was already fully ready for it to be a grind fest. That's just what Black Clover is. A show about grinding and literally surpassing your limits, bro. It literally, bro. People who are playing the game, if you have seen Black Clover, I feel like you realistically don't have a problem with it because one, you like the characters, but also two, if you've seen Black Clover, then you know that surpassing your limits is a common theme within the show. One of the things that Vic Gaming talked about is the fact that every single detail from this series, they wanted to make sure that they implemented that detail into every part of the game, right? And quite literally, it just feels like every single thing in the game that they did incorporate is just like a nuance for something, right? It's just like, yeah, people cry about the grinding and shit like that. But I mean, like, bro, you cry about the grinding in the game, even though you have to naturally grind to get stronger, bro. You know who else cried about the grind in the game? Seke. Seke cried about the grind in fucking Black Clover. He met Asta first episode, bro. He got beat by Asta, and he was salty because Asta beat him through hard work, sheer effort, bro. If you put in the work and you put in the effort, you will be able to surpass your limits and get to a point where you're stacking this game. But if you're just looking for things to be handed to you, then this really just isn't the game for you. If you want to play like another game that's going to give you all this stuff at the beginning and you don't have to earn anything. If you want to play a game that's been out for like a few years and as soon as you hop in, you get a bunch of shit for free, bro, then go play an old game. But if you're not trying to grind up from the start again, then I mean, like, what good is this game to you? For real. Because, like, Black Clover Mobile is about the grind. Black Clover Mobile is about becoming a bigger person. Black Clover is about becoming a bigger person, becoming stronger, being somebody that can be relied upon when you were nothing at first. So I'm just going to be giving, like, my tips and tricks on how to maintain a mind state, a grind state. I don't know. That was corny. Maintain a mental state where you can constantly grind and not get tired of the grind, because it's all a matter of how you shape your reality. And also, I will be giving tips on how I like continually grind throughout the game and I don't get bored whenever I'm grinding or don't get burned out or anything. Because even today, I wasn't even burned out. I did have to put the game kind of like on a break for a little bit because I just didn't have enough stamina to farm like I would every day. The mistake that I made was I had the stamina to do my daily, like, kind of like 50 run on something, and instead of just like letting it run its course naturally, I actually just skip ticketed a bunch of it, and then I was out of stamina not out of stamina, I was low on stamina one, so while I was trying to grind like certain stages, I couldn't just leave it grinding all day and just kind of go about my day like I usually do. I actually, just grinded a stage like a few times, and then afterwards I was just kind of sitting here with the game like, wow, I really have no stamina. I'm usually pretty good about rationing out my stamina to make sure that I can continually be grinding something today. But I've actually been going like really hard in the game, and like I guess today was kind of like a rest day to kind of like sit back and give myself some time to really like look at what I've done on my account thus far, and just kind of like bask in it. Because, you don't necessarily... God damn it, bro. My fucking camera. God damn it. I didn't realize my camera was fucked up. Give me 1 second, guys. Oh, am I going to have to get up for this? Oh. Don't you worry, Magic Knights. I am here for you. I've been watching a lot of stuff on Musashi Miyamoto lately. He is like the greatest samurai in history. He's literally undefeated. I believe he's won like 62 bouts, and it's not even a matter of he's won 62 bouts. There were a lot of different like battles that he was a part of that his I guess his KD was not really disclosed from, because there were a bunch of foot soldier type of deal, right? If it was an anime, they would have been the foot soldiers. If it was an anime, it would have been all the fishmen, the 50,000 fishmen that Luffy just put to sleep by using his Conqueror's Haki for like one of the first times, right? So essentially, Miyamoto Musashi kind of talks about how you need to be someone who is beyond yourself. Think lightly of yourself and think heavily of the world. I'm not saying that you should expend all your energy trying to make the world a better place, but you should expend all of your energy trying to improve yourself as a human being so that what you do naturally is something that inspires the world to be a better place, I guess you could say. It's kind of like when say you're looking at the ocean, right? A drop of water hits the ocean. And another thing before I go into this. There's a concept in math where it's like exponential decay, where you do not necessarily ever reach zero. Also, kind of like how Gojo's Infinite works from JJK. If you are not good at math and you are a big like JJK dork, that reference works for you as well. But pretty much there is a concept where something can diminish to a very low degree. It can get really low, but it will never reach zero. It just gets closer and closer and closer to zero, but never actually hitting that. Now, what I'm about to say, keep that in mind. Whenever you do something in this world, who's to say that it will affect anything? Who's to say that it won't affect everything, right? Butterfly effect. Imagine the ocean being still, and the ocean isn't really still. There's wind. There's so many things affecting it. But imagine the ocean and just like stillness of water, right? And if you were to, I walked past this tree like 3 times. If you were to spill a single drop of water into the ocean, it does not matter from which height, that single drop is always going to make a wave. Now, if you hit this water with the drop and that wave starts, the wave will be very big in the initial point. So for instance, say that I'm doing a stream and I'm talking about something that you really needed to hear today, right? I just dropped a drop into your ocean. That sounds weird, but don't take it that way. I just dropped a drop into the ocean of reality, I guess, right? And everybody who would be sitting here watching right now, retaining this lesson, soaking it in, they would be the waves that I made, right? If you actually went from this and made a change with your life, like at this very moment, you are the initial wave. Now, say later on down the road, you keep going with this new mindset. The first thing that I gave you here today in this stream, right? You keep on snowballing that mindset and trying to improve yourself and grow yourself. Eventually, you're going to get to a point where you're not trying to do what I did. You're not trying to give somebody something, some food for thought to increase their value or something like that. You're just going to get to a point where possibly that's just something that you did subconsciously and you did not have to think about it. Boom. That's the smaller wave. Now, why do I talk about the theory of exponential decay and how you can never reach zero in exponential decay? Because when I drop this drop of water into the ocean and we see the waves that reverberate off of it for the first initial impact, those waves are going to continue to go out further and further and further. Now, the further and further that those waves go, they are going to diminish in size, they are going to diminish in intensity, right? But the thing about it is, just because they diminish does not mean that they are gone. Obviously, waves hit other waves and dissipate their frequencies and things of that nature, right? So, this is all to say that waves are real. Things of that nature do affect other things. Some people, I feel like, manifest things and don't even manifest it, don't even manifest it like directly. Or maybe they do manifest it directly and they don't feel that they manifested it directly because it feels like it's something that's so much bigger than them, right? But essentially, if I drop the drop and it hits the ocean and it expands, you won't be able to see it anymore, but that wave is still going, still interacting with other waves coming from opposite directions, right? And whichever wave continues on, that's a stronger wave. That's the wave that's going to win, right? Be the wave that wins. You should be impacting the world. You should not let the world impact you. So, if I give you a piece of knowledge today, right, and you just run with that piece of knowledge and it improves your life, that is the big ripple effect. That is the big wave. I sound like I'm a JoJo, like, Hamon user, right? That is the big wave. You implement that into your life and you practice that. You harp on that point that I made because you think it's a good point. Eventually, you will be to a point where you do not need to intentionally try to improve somebody else's life value. You will do something for somebody and you won't even realize it. And then they'll say, thank you so much. You did this for me. You're an incredible person, right? Now, I know I'm making a lot of jumps and bounds, but this has happened in my life before. This happens in anybody's life. You just don't, you may not be perceptive enough to go back and look for that thing that happened. And like, who even cares, right? Nobody should you shouldn't keep track of this. You should live in a way that you make sure that you're doing the right thing, and the things that you do make the world a better place. But like, you do not need to actively try that. You actively just need to not be a bad person, I feel like, right? People who are bad, who like to cause mischief and destroy things for other people, those are the kind of people that kind of like break the world down. And in a sense, I guess you could say they kind of have control over the world because they're trying to destroy the world. But in all reality, you do not have control over things outside of your own life and outside of your own mind. And sometimes it feels like you can't even control your own mind. So sometimes it even feels like you don't have control in your own life. Well, I am here to tell you that you absolutely do have control of your own life, and you can cause anything that you would like to cause. Now, I know that this spiraled out of control for me talking about Black Clover Mobile and talking about, you know, surpassing your limits, continuing to play the game and things of that nature. When you let this little thing affect you and you let it snowball into your life, and then you start helping other people help other people, other people help other people, because life is a thing that people talk about, but realistically, when you live a certain way, people are going to see that and they are going to sense that. What I'm talking about right now is waves. If anybody's just seen Hell's Paradise, they talk about Tao. The Tao is the power system, but Tao is like a real life concept. It's an actual philosophy, Taoism, whatever. What's good, Royal Guard? I'm glad you're here, bro. Tao, whatever, right? That is an actual thing. The waves that you produce can affect the waves of other people or other things, right? Everything produces a certain like energy frequency, and one of the struggles as a human is finding out what is your peak frequency. When you're at your peak frequency, you will improve, I feel, beyond that peak frequency and continue to grow into a higher like band, right? Your life is quite literally like waves, and you can, when you feel shitty in life, that late night grind, absolutely, bro. It's early morning for me, but either way, bro, whatever time it is for anybody, I'm glad y'all here. I'm glad y'all getting this grind. I'm glad y'all getting this food for thought, bro. Whatever waves that you cause, like whenever you feel bad on the inside, that shit shows and people can pick up on that, right? So if you feel like, say for instance, you are really down on yourself and you really hate on yourself, there may be some people who try to pick you up, you know, your friends, if you have really good friends, but then there are going to be some people who are going to pick up on your energy. And the thing about our mind is, if you do not view yourself as this great individual, no one else will view yourself as a great individual. Not to say that we need people to perceive us a certain type of way, but things in life start to go your way when you treat yourself how you want to be treated, if that makes sense, right? That thing your parents teach you when you're younger, treat people how you want to be treated, reciprocation is key, things of that nature, right? Reciprocation is key, but you have to also use that philosophy on yourself. You don't think about the fact that like, you are yourself, yes, you got to surpass your limits, exactly. You don't think about the fact that yes, you are yourself and you are a person, but like you have consciousness and you can think about the things that you do, and sometimes the things that you do not sync up with the things that you think and that you want to do. So even still, you have to be able to reciprocate with yourself. You have to think. It's like math, input, output, right? You got to think what you put in is what you get out. If you eat junk food all day and do shit you shouldn't do, and you spend your money all wild and all kinds of things of that nature, you're only putting negative things into your life. You are showing yourself that you are a liability and not an asset. You need to be an asset to yourself and be able to sell yourself to anybody, anything. Now, what does this have to do with your energy, your vibe, your frequency? It's all mentality. Whatever you think of yourself, other people will think of you, because you, yourself, is the only person who truly knows yourself. So, if you, the person who is with yourself all day long, sees yourself as a bad person, or sees yourself as a shitty person, or sees yourself as a lazy person, everybody is going to perceive you that way because you are telling them to through brainwaves, right? It sounds crazy, but people can just communicate through brainwaves. You know that shit in anime where anime characters have like a team, and like the team is in a fight, say like Black Clover, say like One Piece, whatever, right? And the people in the team look at each other and they just like know what they want to do. That is a real thing. You can actually transmute your brainwaves to other people, right? So think of yourself highly, think of yourself as a great person, and honestly, nah, it's further than that, it's deeper than that. Don't think of yourself as a great person. Think of yourself as an entity, as a force to be reckoned with, right? That's why that's a saying. Think of yourself as a force that can change the world, and you will become a force that can change the world. Asta is trying to become the Wizard King, so Asta, even though he is reminded time and time again that he may not be Wizard King level yet, Asta always believes that he can become the Wizard King. And Asta is constantly trying to put himself in a mental situation where he realizes his strength and knows that he can become the Wizard King, right? And that's how it works in life, real life too, right? Because when you're younger, you just emulate the things that your parents do. And then whatever people your parents have around as well, you know, your uncles, your aunts, and then also just like your parents' friends and shit like that. You emulate the things that they do as well because you emulated everything that your parents do, and your parents hang around this certain type of people, and you're just like, well, if my parents keep these guys around as company, then obviously the stuff that they're doing is like okay, the stuff that they're doing is like right. Now obviously as a kid, you're not going to see all the things that they do in the background. They could be doing some skeezy shit in the background, but you would never know. The point is to pick up on things that are good for you and to subtract the things that are not good for you so that you can improve yourself. Life is not about copying other people. Life is about learning from your experiences and using that information that you get from those experiences to make yourself a stronger person, a stronger Magic Knight, if you will, right? And that's what I've been trying to like kind of like think of in these past few days. I feel like I've been doing a lot of like just like mental, just like flipping, you know, ruminating, marinating of like a bunch of different thoughts. And I feel like right now is probably the moment where I've had the most mental clarity like in my life. I can't think of like anything right now. Like, you know, people sometimes lie, people sometimes cheat, people sometimes steal. You know, I've never cheated on anybody, but have I ever cheated a system? Of course I did. And like honestly, I don't think it's so bad to cheat systems, because systems are really, they say systems are to give order, but systems are to control you. And the reason why you feel like a system gives you order is because you don't know how to control yourself. So that system that is controlling you does give you some order. But when you get to a point in your life where you can control yourself and you know yourself and you can kind of like cause anything for yourself, that's when systems start to seem kind of like bullshit. That's why all those people are like, yo, the man, this, that, and the third, right? Somebody's always trying to tell you what to do because you don't know what to tell yourself. And honestly, it's not a bad thing. I mean, like, if you had no control, do you know how fucked your life would be? Humans are creatures of habit, I feel like, and with no self-control, we'll find the things that are pleasurable for us, and we'll constantly just try to do those things over and over again. There's literally an experiment with rats where they gave rats a button, and if they press that button, it gave them the same experience as like an orgasm. And like I learned this in like psychology. You learn a lot in psychology. Psychology is a super important class. If you've never taken a psychology class, please do. All the systems in the world right now were created by some man somewhere, right? And if you can understand how man functions, you can understand how anything functions realistically. But basically, there's an experiment where rats were given access to a button. If they pressed the button, it gave them the same sensation as like an orgasm. And rats are very primitive creatures. Animals are just much more primitive compared to humans, right? And rats found that, and they kept hitting the button until they were like burned out, just couldn't do it any fucking more. And then when they were good again, I'm pretty sure they just kept hitting the fucking button. Don't be stuck in the rat race. Do not chase instant gratification. Do not chase things that are like pleasurable for you right here, right now. Life is about not even about the destination, but more so about the journey. It's about the person you become by the time you get there. We don't watch One Piece because we want to see Luffy achieve the One Piece. We watch One Piece because Luffy is growing as a character and he's becoming somebody truly worthy of becoming the Pirate King. If One Piece was a story about the One Piece and it did not directly focus on any character, that man Oda definitely would not be where he is today with his story. So just control yourself, surpass your limits. Now, how does this all relate back into Black Clover Mobile? People are saying that the game is boring, it's not fun right now, it's too grindy, it's this, it's that. That, quite honestly, is not Vic Gaming's fault. That is your fault as a player. I literally have basically everything in the game. The only thing that I'm missing is Kahono's skill page, bro. I'm missing some like non-character specific skill pages, but those aren't as important. If I have all the character specific skill pages, I quite literally don't need the fucking other ones, right? But still, You would think that the game would be boring for somebody like me who has already achieved everything. But think about the fact that I'm right here, right now, in front of you guys doing this basic shit. Sometimes you have to take it back to basics, right? Because even the basic stuff in the game, you know, when you do all this grinding in the game, sometimes the game can get a little stressful because you grind for certain things, but you don't get the things that you're grinding for, and you feel like you're getting burned out because I grind, and I'm not rewarded for this. See, society is a place that will condition you to search for instant pleasure, instant gratification. Okay, I was farming gear in this game, right? And since I was farming gear, the gear stages were kind of hard, and I just wasn't winning whenever I would do the gear stages. I got tired of farming gear. Did I stop playing the game? No. What I did was, I was like, what can I farm now to make gear farms easier for me, so that even if I do not get the gear from my 50 run little session, at the very least, it didn't take up too much of my time. It didn't take up too much of my life resources, and I can still play the game for a lot of the day, right? Now, I started farming all my characters and everything, right? And now we know, Deadman has every character LR in the game, and honestly, I'm starting to work my way through them and already get a bunch of them to like level 100. I was gonna do my month 2 like showcase on the 25th, right? And talk about how, yeah, like my next goal is to get all the characters level 100. But I mean, like, shit, I'm not halfway there, but who's to say that I won't be most of the way there by the time that month 2 showcase comes up? I mean, bro, we have an entire week left. A lot can happen in a week. A lot can happen in a day. A lot can happen in an instant. You see that shit in anime. When you have a mental realization, that shit be happening in an instant sometimes, right? So, let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23. I have 23 characters level 100 right now. That is nearly half the game. Just level 100. Just until they introduce some new form of like growth, right? Just no more experience potions needed. No more of this needed, right? I'm already kind of like getting to that point. And you would think that somebody like me who is reaching like the top of the game and there's nothing to do in the game, I would get bored with it. No. I understand that when you grind one thing, you are going to get burned out on that one thing you are grinding. It is about making sure you move around and make sure that you continually grind different things to keep this shit entertaining for you. Vic Gaming is going to release the game, but they're not going to tell you how to play the game. So you can play the game as freely as you want to. If you want to farm one thing and then get upset, get burned out because you're not getting that one thing, then okay, you can do that, bro. The game's just not for you at that point. It is what it is. Sorry, not sorry. But when you think like I do, and you're just like, okay, I tried to farm, that dude's name was EDP, that was fucked. If you farm gear like I did at first, and you do like 100 runs, and you don't get any LR gear, why do you think I will be dumb enough to just keep trying and burn myself out? Life is a place where you have to mentally frame yourself for success. If you farm gear and you get nothing from gear, you're going to feel like you're not accomplished. Then you're going to feel like the game is cheating you. That's the narrative that you write in your own mind. If you farm gear and you can say, oh, that didn't give me shit, let me farm something else to make this easier. And like I said, at least the runs will be faster in the future. All right, cool. I'm going to go work on characters. Experience is guaranteed from the experience dungeon. Gold is guaranteed from the experience dungeon. I went and I farmed a stage where things were guaranteed. That increased my mentality of the game. That made me think, oh man, I keep getting this experience. I keep getting this gold. And I'm not going to lie. At first, that shit was super daunting. That shit was super tiring, you know? Like actually trying to get all the characters to LR. But like, bro, I'm here right now. I did that shit. If you set your mind to something, you quite literally can do it. Hands down. I do not care what anybody has to say. If they try to tell you you can't do some shit, they are bullshitting. You can do anything that your human mind can conceive. And honestly, human is just a name that we made for our race, right? Who's to say that the mind is not some extraterrestrial thing? But that's just another talk. We're not getting that deep. This is not no hippie shit right now. This is just actual real life application. I went from farming gear to farming experience and farming gold, and man, I felt very satisfied to look at my Yule and see that my Yule was stacked up to like millions, right? And yes, I did burn that Yule on working on characters, but even still, when I look at everybody else's like videos, because this is my, bro, I'm not gonna sit here and cap. I really don't feel like I have competition in this game. I just don't care what anybody else is doing, because I am working at my own pace. There are people who try to compete with others, and then there are people who just excel at what they do. I am just somebody who excels at what he does. I do not have to compete with anybody to prove my worth to myself. I know that I am the mightiest Wizard King. I know that I'm the mightiest Magic Knight. That just doesn't, like, nothing else really matters to me, right? I look at other people's videos and I see them talking about burnout and everything like that, and I'm just like, hey man, it must suck not to get everything, right? And I'm not saying I'm luckier than you, but I manifested this. So let me tell you a little story. There was a Twitch streamer 2+ years ago, more than 2+ years ago, realistically. And he played Grand Cross. His name was Deadman Vince. Oh, big surprise. He played Grand Cross, and he didn't, like, completely blow up off of Grand Cross, but I got a pretty good following starting off in Grand Cross. I had even had that man Nog, like, not hop into my stream, but, like, he's literally rated me, like, twice before, like, in the same week. That was a little odd to me. I was like, yo, is this motherfucker watching me right now? But that's besides the point, right? I had it going for me, and I honestly was getting burned out on Grand Cross. I genuinely just could not reshape my mind in a way to make me enjoy that game anymore, and I was just kind of like giving up on it. And now I see all this LR stuff, and I'm like, oh, that looks cool, but I'm just like, yo, I can't sit here and act like that's saving the game, when honestly, LRing characters should have came before Holy Relics, I feel like. And also, Holy Relic should have worked similarly to LRing characters. An entire overhaul of a character. Not giving a character, and not even just a character, a set of characters, some gear that works for one specific variant of that character. That's literally so stupid, right? So, while I'm playing Grand Cross, I'm getting tired of that shit. I'm getting burned out on that shit. Quite literally, sometimes you would see me stream that shit for like a few minutes, and then like instantly, I just turn off the stream because I'm just like, bro, I just don't want to do this shit. Or you see me switch games, and then like it just never gets back to Grand Cross on the stream, and then people are coming in and asking for like Grand Cross advice, and I'm just like, oh yeah, I'm sorry, bro. I had to put that away. That shit really just made me like not enjoy my time right now, right? So Deadman Vince on Twitch 2 years ago just thought, wow, I'm really getting into Black Clover right now. I'm really loving this story right now. The story is actually really great. I was a Black Clover shitter at first. I was one of those guys who was like, man, this shit is ass, because I heard everybody else say it was ass. That's another thing. You cannot fall into group thinking. You cannot let other people determine how you feel about something until you fully experience it for yourself. Because if I were to let everybody else's opinions of Black Clover keep me away from the series, I would have missed out on something very important to me, because I do love Black Clover. I do love Asta's mentality. I do love Asta's character, and the characters that this man's about to write, bro, they're just so likable. Even the ones that you kind of like hate at first, the ones that you think are kind of weird at first, they really grow into some people that they really grow on you, bro. So it's just like my experiences were being limited by my like closed-mindedness, and now my experience is like expanded, and I'm glad for that. Essentially, if you let other people determine how you feel about something, you're never going to see the true results of what that shit can do for you. Now, let's go back to my story about Deadman Vince on Twitch. Deadman Vince gets tired of playing Grand Cross. Deadman Vince starts making, and also while I'm talking about this, I'm gonna go and try to farm up some of the gear stage. Deadman Vince goes onto YouTube, and I've actually had YouTube account and tried to make content on YouTube like forever, even all the way back when I was in high school. I just want y'all to know I've been out of high school for like 4 years now, but even when I was way back in high school, I was trying to get popping off on this YouTube game and shit. And quite literally, oh my gosh, quite literally, like, I had not a clue in the world. I didn't know how to edit videos. Like, bro, I was recording shit on my like graphics card and then just throwing it up on YouTube. No edits, no nothing, just raw one takes. And man, that shit was cringy, but we're just not gonna talk about it, right? But one day Deadman Vince felt like hopping on YouTube and making a video like, hey yo, I can't front. It would be crazy if they gave us a gacha game. In the era of gacha games, how successful Grand Cross is doing, and Seven Deadly Sins is not a shitty IP, but like, let's be real, Seven Deadly Sins is kind of a shitty IP. This game is doing so well. Imagine a world, and also I'm going to switch this up because I'm just going to use my team that I use to farm gear, because it should work, right? Also, let me try out, no, let me not try Kahono. I'm going to stick to what I know first, and if this does not work for me, then I'll switch out and try something different. But basically, I got tired of Grand Cross. I made a video talking about like, yo, if they made a Black Clover game that played like similarly to Grand Cross, that shit would blow, that shit would pop, right? And I literally would talk about like, yo, they're gonna make this game. They had Phantom Knights. Phantom Knights is dead, but in typical, you know, corporate America fashion, not even corporate America, but just corporate fashion, a company out there somewhere is trying to make money and capitalize on something that nobody else is capitalizing on right now. So Black Clover seems like the perfect thing, because Black Clover is an underdog story where you started off and I guess you can be irritated by the characters, but over time the characters do grow on you, right? So the series itself seemed like something that wasn't worth it to me, and then it became like one of my favorites. It's literally in my top 5, right? Then the characters, they can be a little annoying, and then like you get to a point where you're just like, nah, I like these characters. These characters are not bad, right? So things just continue to grow and grow, and it admonished a level of popularity where I was like, I know for a fact the gacha game is coming. So I make one of my like first not recent, but like one of my first like Dead Man Vince YouTube videos, right? Because before it wasn't Dead Man Vince, it was just Vince or whatever the fuck, right? Then it becomes Dead Man Vince, and I make a video talking about like, yo, they should make a Black Clover game. They're going to make a Black Clover game. I know, I'm calling it. I'm on this shit, right? Then the 7th year anniversary of Black Clover happens, and I make all these videos covering that shit, calling it Black Clover Day and everything like that. And I remember before they even had like events, had the panels, had anything of that nature, I had looked at that and I was just like, hey, yo, I can't front. They said they're dropping merchandise, guys. That merchandise that they're dropping is a gacha game. Y'all be on the lookout. We get to Black Clover Day, and they say that they're dropping a gacha game. And now from that point on, Dead Man Vince is grinding out content, making all this speculatory content, because I'm somebody who already knew Black Clover Mobile was going to come. It was just a matter of when. The show was doing good, and I have a very good eye of discerning like what is good and what is not, and Black Clover is something that is truly good. A lot of people like to shit on it for jokes. A lot of people like to shit on it because of other people's like experience with it, but like they're just sheep. Why would you let somebody else control your expectations of something? Right? Now that the game has been announced, we're making all this speculatory content. And not to say that I created Black Clover Mobile, but I definitely dropped a drop and the wave went. You know what I'm saying? Like, I talked about it, and I'm not saying it came because I talked about it, but isn't it crazy how when I was making all of my videos, I could foresee how the game would play? I literally have videos of me saying when you play the game, it's gonna be similar to Grand Cross with the turn system, but it's not gonna be exactly the same. It's not gonna have cards. It'll probably have like, you look over their shoulder, they have their grimoire open, you get to choose from their spells, and look at that shit. They have their grimoires open right now, and on my turn, I'm looking over the character's shoulder, doing a little skill and everything like that. This is very general, it's very basic, but even still, I was pretty like, not spot on I guess, but I was pretty close to what this shit is, right? I was talking about how the limit breaking system would work and how there would be a star system and all of that, and like, look, all of it's there, right? And honestly, I just feel like I was too like tapped into like a higher frequency. This goes back to my talk about frequency, right? Because I was tapped into a higher frequency and I foresaw what the game would be before the game was anything. And now it's here and it functions in a way. And honestly, I don't farm challenge stages a lot. These enemies hit really, it's not even the enemies hit hard, it's these goddamn rats to do these fucking AoEs, bro. They are evil. But not to mention, my gear is like ass as well. So I'm kind of stuck on gear, or not stuck on gear. I have a lot of LR pieces of gear. The problem is I keep getting duplicates of the same LR piece of gear instead of getting a full set of gear like I need for certain mages, right? So my runs are still a bit limited. Anyway, now we're here, and within the first 4 hours of the game, I had acquired 37 out of 41 characters. That's not unheard of, but just like think, how fucking crazy is that? How crazy is it that in the first 4 hours of the game, I had almost all the characters, and then 8 hours later, no, 12 hours later, I literally had every character in the fucking game, bro. And it's like, this game really do be feeling like a tool for my success, to be honest. Everybody else is playing it like, oh, I'm mad, I'm this, I'm that. Like, bro, I can't front. I know I keep harping on this man Nog, and I'm not trying to start any beef or anything like that. I'm just saying, Nog was somebody who played one game and then used his clout from one game to bandwagon over to another game. and he tried to make his videos and he didn't have fun with the game, that's because he is an in-game player. He is so deep in in-game Grand Cross that, like, starting a new game is just not fun for him. Yes, he can spend all the money that he wants, but all the grinding is ridiculous. He got tired of gear farming, but I guess he just didn't know how to pivot. I guess he just didn't have the mental capacity to, like, do that, right? Now, let's think about another thing. I remember I was watching this video where he did his summons for Licht, and everybody was talking about how crazy Licht was, and I'm just like, yo, Licht, I feel like, is a character who's super crazy for PvP. Fauna was a character that was really good for PvE. She's a really good farming character. She has that burn. She has ridiculous damage. She has a lot of things within her kit that just boost her damage. So Fauna's a really good character for free-to-play players to pick up. Nobody really talked about that character. I feel like everybody was trying to go the sweaty route and be like the best in PvP. Who cares about fucking PvP in this game when PvP is literally just bots? You literally never face anybody else directly. You never directly shit on anyone else. It's literally just bots, right? And I feel like a lot of people don't like that because people like the sensation of feeling better than other people when you should not feel that way. What you should feel is a desire to become better than yourself that you were a second ago. You shouldn't try to go into different situations and domineer other people. That shit's worthless because you can't control other people and you can't control things outside of your own life, right? So people complain about PvP. I think that's useless. Look at Dokkan. Dokkan is a game without PvP at all, and that shit's still going 8 years later. Sure, Dragon Ball is a very huge IP, but even still, I do like that aspect of Dokkan that there is no PvP because I'm just like, bro, when games have PvP, you're always trying to meet a certain status quo. You're always trying to be at a certain level so that you can shit on this guy or you can beat this guy who's destroying you in PvP. And when you go into PvP and you lose, you have a bad fucking time. Why do people like PvP in games like this where you can spend money to get ahead? I have no fucking idea. The only people, and logically the only people who would like PvP in that situation are like people who are spending the money, right? But like, I feel like realistically what's happening is a lot of Grand Cross players are coming from a game where they can spend money and shit on other people, and like now you spend your money in this game and you try to do like hard stages to farm and you get shitted on, and then you're just like, what did I spend my money for? Hey bro, all I'm saying is I spent my money wisely and I farmed the right things. I may not have all the gear in the game to gear up every single fucking character. I have enough gear to switch out on characters to make teams work, and I have every fucking character LR, except for Gifso, but that's because I need another like little copy of him. I just gotta run him in Affinity, right? So I am in a position where I don't need to have the best fucking gear to do certain stages. You know what I have? I have know-how, I have knowledge. I know how to craft teams in a way that they win. When I do this gear stage, let's look. If we look right here at the gear stages that everybody's crying about, everybody's complaining about, not to say that they're not at level 15, but I'm on level 15 on all these stages, and my teams, let's see, when I do the red gear stage, this team wins every time. When I do this stage, this team does not win every time, but that's because Sally is wearing gear for somebody who does not 100% function the same way she does, so it does not necessarily give her the same, like, the best benefit that she could have, right? Then the blue gear stage. Every now and then I lose this one just because my 2 DPSs are, like, the least built out mages on the team, and then the supporters are the ones who are mainly built out. But I still barely lose the shit, and I can auto battle the shit confidently and walk away and know that when I come back like an hour or two later, that this shit will be through the 50 runs and I'll see the benefits of what I've been farming, right? So, hear me out. Look at this right here. I don't have the best gear. Fauna, I interchange my gear set on Fauna and Noelle, right? So Fauna is the only character on this team that would be using a full LR gear set. I'm working on full LR gear for Mars. His combat power kind of dropped a little bit just because I'm switching the set around and just trying to make things work a different way. But Vangelis is nowhere near all LR gear. Vangelis' gear is ass. I think he has one LR piece, bro. A single LR piece. And like 2 SSR pieces. Like, bro, this gear is ass. You know why I win? Because I surpassed my limits and I worked on every characters so that I can start doing research and switching in different characters and figuring out who works best in what situations. You know why this team works? Because Vangelis does his ultimate, which gives everybody 34% damage reduction. Then he gives Fauna a counterattack because Fauna is the strongest person on this team. Fauna's basic skill hits really hard, so if Fauna is getting hit, she's counterattacking and blowing away the enemy's health. Mars is a phenomenal tank that can taunt everybody, and he has different means of stunning. Right? And then Lotus is just the best fucking debuffer in the fucking game right now, right? So this team works because I built my composition properly, dependent on the situation that I was facing. If you're just trying to power through with money or trying to get like what you think is the most cracked character and then just burn through something, that's just not how this works. You have to figure out, look, bro, when Asta was fighting Veto, and it's funny, we're on chapter 5 in the game right now. If this is a spoiler, I'm sorry, but when Asta was fighting Veto, and it's not even going to be a spoiler, when Asta was fighting Veto, Asta could not 100% overpower this man because he was not grinded up to a point where the Asta in the manga right now, who the hell is Veto? But the point that Asta was at in the series, he could not handle that man Veto on his own. So what did Asta do? He relied on his team, and his team led him to victory. Low-key, he led his team to victory because he gave them the inspiration to go. But once he gave them that inspiration, they took that shit and they ran with it and they set that boy up for success. So that is how you have to play the game. You cannot go in with the units that you want to go in with and then just wash down any stage, bro. You have to put together the units that work most optimally and then go into the mission. Let's look at the next gear stage, the blue gear stage. This is the latest one that I've been able to auto farm, and I auto farm this every day because I'm building Yami crit rate. I gotta build Kahono like HP, right? So this stage is very important to me right now. The reason why this team works is this man Raditz gives a shield on his ultimate, and he gives a defense boost on his skill 2. Now, when you couple this shield or this defense boost with Yuno's attack reduction on his skill 2, then you have a team that just becomes way more survivable, or I don't know if that works. A team with much more survivability, right? Now, think about the fact that Yuno also has Incapacitate within his skills, which makes the enemies take more damage. Then all of a sudden, even though Licht and Raya are characters who mostly have single targets, Raya has an AoE attack, Licht has an AoE attack. They do their AoE attacks here and there and chip the entire enemy team, but most of the time they're doing single target attacks. And because of the constant wearing away of enemies, from Yuno's AoEs to Raditz's AoEs, as shitty as the damage is on them, to their AoEs, right? And then their single targets are enough to just clean up the scraps on it. Let's look at the next stage. We have this team right here. I could use Finral because Finral boosts your speed and gives you more turns back. I have found that I like to use Sally because Sally just gives you such crazy attack boost. I just feel ridiculous not using her. Charlotte, people I feel like have given Charlotte a bad rap, but work on the character and learn to use them. Charlotte, phenomenal. She's ridiculously good to run Yami with. Yami is a character who wants to crit and do big damage. He wants to bleed enemies so that he can stun enemies and just things of that nature, right? Charlotte has an AoE that can bleed everybody on her ultimate. Charlotte has an AoE that lowers enemies' defense, which makes Yami hit harder. Charlotte has an AoE, the same AoE that lowers defense, and has a debuff on it called Mark. What does marking do? Marking gives the enemy a debuff that if you kill them on that turn, you get another turn. So what do you think happens when you buff up with Sally for everybody, then you use Charlotte's Mark move, and then you hit with Noelle's AoE, and then you hit with Yami's AoE? You're basically killing somebody in the first damn turn, and you're getting another turn with a character who has an AoE that hits really fucking hard, right? I'm trying to get my mages to a point where the gear stage is not even I win 99% of the time, I lose like 1% of the time. No. I need this shit to be I win 100% of the time, and then once it gets to that, it needs to be I win this shit in 3 turns. My team literally 1 turns each room. Dude, Dokkan is selling me right now, bro. I'm trying to get my account data back, and it's like, let me link my fucking account, dude. I tried to link my account back, and it literally said, there we go. Account linking, sign in with Google. Hey, yo, chill the fuck out. No fucking way. Did I just fuck up my Dokkan account? No. That's my original ID. That's crazy. I guess I chose device data by accident. But I guess my device data is the same as my Google data. I hope so. I hope I didn't just link. If I just erased my Dokkan account, that'd be crazy. I'd actually just delete this shit and never touch it again. But yeah, the game is about finding the characters that work well together, not about powerhousing the units that you want. It's just not gonna work that way. You have to make Magic Knights work together, bro. That's just how it works. Asta bands together with people to get his victories because he knows that he is not somebody who can do everything on his own. He's trying to get to a point where he can do everything on his own, but that's just not the reality of the situation right now, and he accepts that, and that's what makes him stronger. And that also touches back what I was talking about with Hell's Paradise earlier. That Tao shit, right? Because you have to be able to accept the strength and weakness in your mind. Asta accepts that he cannot do everything on his own. He accepts help from other people, and that makes him even stronger, and his team fights hard for him so that he is even more inspired to fight stupidly fucking hard for them, because everybody in Black Clover fights, but nah, Asta be fighting these motherfuckers, bro. He be fighting for his damn life even when he don't got to. All right, I'm gonna farm some affinities for some black crystals. I'm not gonna lie. So this is what these are the mages I was farming recently, but that man Shirin actually just got to maxed out affinity, so we're actually gonna switch over to yeah, Lily, you get that. I don't understand why the healers scale based off of like magical attack. I just don't like that. But I mean, I'm glad Kahono scales off of HP. Now you just gotta get her HP as crazy as possible and see, you know, how crazy is she gonna go with the heals. Right now, she's decent. She can be a lot better, but I'm not done with her gear sets just yet. So Lily is still here. Shirin is gone. Who's gonna be the next SR mage that I start to boost the affinity for? Oh, I think it's gonna be Nebra. That's solid. He's already maxed out. Nebra? I actually do not have a lot of faith. I do not have a lot of faith in these mages actually like getting the job done. But hey, bro, you don't know until you know. She's a debuffer. Yeah, let's give her Lotus's gear actually. Make her a little bit faster. See what she can do. I know one of her debuffs is that she lowers the enemy's defense by 70%, which is ridiculous. But it's only one enemy, and I thought that was super crazy. But then I realized this man Real can lower like the entire enemy team's defense by 60%. So one unit at 70, or all enemies at 60. So think about that. Luck, I'm going to give this gear, I guess. Basically, the point of this team right here, there is no real synergy to it. This team is solely carried by Noelle, and then everybody else is just like trying their hardest to get. Ooh, I almost went in without Noelle geared up. I'm leaning. All right, let's give this a shot and see how it goes for us. But yeah, right now I'm to a point where I'm the last little bit of like character growth. Now, obviously, I gotta farm gear. I gotta farm accessories. I gotta farm talents. There's still so much to farm, but like I feel like there are like many core things you need to farm. Yep. Oh my God. Luck just instantly fucking died, bro. Luck usually at least last to the second room. Jesus Christ. Okay, Noelle. Noelle did not attack. That's unfortunate. I was about to say, if Noelle would have attacked that second enemy right there, she definitely would have just like thrashed that kid. Let's hope this team can actually make it. Oh, okay. Maybe this team actually does have some hope. I felt like switching in Nebra, dude. The thing about Luck is, it's crazy that he's like dying like this now, because like, yes, the gear set he's wearing is not fully LR, but this man is level 100, right? So it's just crazy to me that he's not. Damn, bro. Every time Nebra does that debuff, which would give Noelle a guaranteed kill, she just does the shield instead. But even still, yeah, this team still works, right? So basically, yeah, I'm farming affinity right now on all these characters for extra black crystals. I've already done the math. Like literally, the affinity that I have left over to farm, I have somewhere around like 8,000, nearly 9,000 black crystals left just from affinity farming. So there's always a way to get back in this game. Vic Gaming is always giving back, I feel like. Yes, you have to spend all your black crystals to summon for a character, but if you farm the affinity on a character all the way, you really get like a third of a multi back. And some characters you get a little more than that. So a lot of the characters you get 410 black crystals altogether, because you get 30 black crystals from getting their affinity to level 1, and then once you beat all the other, or get past all the other affinity levels, you get their affinity to level 10, and then from level 10 you get 50 crystals. From level 11 you get 60, or no, from 10 to 11 50 crystals, from 11 to 12 60 crystals, from 12 to 13, 70 crystals. From 13 to 14, 80 crystals. And then from 14 to 15, 120 crystals. So I've already done the math. All those black crystals that I just listed off add up to 410 black crystals. If you have a character who's like a seasonal character or like a rare character that they just didn't bother to put a costume in the game for, then you're actually going to be able to get 430 black, or no, 450 black crystals from those characters, because all the black crystals that I just stated before, yes, they are acquirable from those characters, but then in the spot where they would get the costume on affinity level 9, or for achieving affinity level 9, you would actually just get 40 black crystals in place of the costume that you would typically get. But yeah, currently, right now, what my situation is in the game is, I'm going to acquire Kahono's skill page. That is the only thing that I'm missing. Actually, let me fix that. I didn't even know that was on. Okay, there we go. So I'm going to acquire Kahono's skill page. I am never somebody who says I want, I need. No, I will be acquiring. It's just a matter of time, right? So I'm going to acquire Kahono's skill page because that is the only character-specific skill page that I'm missing in the game, and I need to do some more summons on her banner. Instead of going the route of spending money, because a lot of my SSRs are already like 5-star. Like, they're 14 SSR, no. They're 24, I'm sorry. 24 SSR is in the game right now. I have nearly half of them 5-star already. And that, like, not all the seasonal characters are 5-star, but the seasonal characters are the most crucial ones that you want to 5-star. Noelle, Ghosh, and Yuno are all 5-star for me. Mimosa is 5-star for me because I used her quite a bit at the start of the game. Noelle, thank you. Noelle, I need that shield though. See, and you're gonna have some runs like this, right? But you shouldn't let these runs get you discouraged. Because, now before these runs kind of did get me discouraged because it used to be set up in a way where you farm, you notice right here it doesn't say how many times I'm running the stage. I set this stage to run as long as I can. Or no, I set the stage to run until Luck, Nebra, and Sister Lee's affinities are maxed out, right? So, essentially, this is your version of infinite farm on this game. That's one thing that I have to admit I absolutely do not like about the game. There is no form of infinite farm. All the farming is limited. If you have a character whose affinity is level 0, I guess you can kind of call that technically an infinite farm, but not really, because eventually they will reach a max level on their affinity. And if you gave yourself 10,000 stamina in the game, and you ran up and they got through all them affinity levels, because with 10,000 stamina, I feel like that's very doable. You get through all those affinity levels, then you're going to stop at a certain point. So there quite literally is no infinite farm in this game, which sucks. And I think that they need to add in how many times do you want to farm this stage? Infinite. If you lose, do you want to continue running the stage? Yes. Now, what discouraged me about auto farming before was I always tried to optimize my team in a way where they guaranteed win, and that makes the game a little less fun, right? Because you want to build your mages in a way where they always guaranteed win. You have to be super sweaty for that. You have to be super like focused on those characters, and when you are super focused on a set of characters, you cannot focus on every character, right? In these games, I feel like yes, you focus on the characters that you want. But once you get the characters that you want maxed out, you'll eventually branch off into other characters to see how they play. Because you have your favorites, and then you have everybody else that's not your absolute favorite, but they're still good characters in your eyes. Now, if you play the game in that way, it will burn you out. I guess this stream is like how to avoid burnout, man. This is in game and in real life, because the stuff that I'm talking about the game and using it as application in the game can be used in real life. But these runs used to discourage me because if you set the game to run 50 times and you lose a stage, it incorporates that into your 50 runs. Another thing about losing the stages was way before when the game had just started, if you lost a stage, it took that stamina from you, and that was kind of fucked up, I feel like, because these stages are actually like really hard. Like, these enemies hit really fucking hard, and like for a free-to-play player, like, bro, these stages hit me hard sometimes. How do you think free-to-play players feel, bro? You always got to think about the little guy, right? And I'm not saying that free-to-play players are lesser than pay-to-win players, but like literally, if you're in this game and you spend money, you're just at a different end of the spectrum than somebody who plays this game and does not spend their money. If somebody who spends their money and has every single character and has them all LR and has them all, not all level 100, but for the most part level 100, if he goes into some stages and he still gets hit too hard, then you know for a fact that some free-to-play players go into stages and they get way too fucking hard, and that's definitely going to add to the burnout as well. Yes, the difficulty in the stages does need to be lowered, but they have been doing little things here and there to make it so that you do not get burned out as much. Now, instead of you doing 50 runs and every time you lose a run that is incorporated into your runs, no. It's when you lose a run, it does not take your stamina because it's not fair. Why take your stamina when you did not get any benefit from this? Literally, this would only be a detriment to you. That would just encourage players not to even try higher stages and make them want to stop playing the game. So, they amended that. They made it so that if you lose a stage, you do not lose your stamina. I'm free to play, and now my team CC's at 200k. I can auto everything, but they do hit hard as fuck, and I'm at 200k team CC. That's what I'm saying, right? They are trying to craft the game in a way where it incentivizes free-to-play players to continue to play. Because while people who spend money in the game are going to spend their money and play the game to their heart's content like I do, there are people who don't spend money in the game and they still give a lot of foot traffic, and arguably more foot traffic than pay-to-win players because they have to grind harder. I am a pay-to-win player that still grinds just as hard, because when the Black Bulls were fighting this man Beto, Yami walked out and he said, if all of you guys are surpassing your limits, then I as a captain should be doing the same fucking thing. I am the mightiest Wizard King. How can I be the Wizard King of you all if I am not surpassing my limits? Yes, I'm going to spend that money. Yes, I am lucky to have all the characters and this shit like that. But I can tell you right now, if I did not have every character in this game, I would still be playing this shit just as much. I would still be grinding this shit just as much. I manifested this game for myself as a tool for my success. That is why my account is so great, right? But if you come into this with a mentality of, oh, I spent money and this shit's still like not hitting for me, this is a waste of money. No, you just wasted your own money. Vic Gaming didn't waste your money. You wasted your money because you thought that a game based on Black Clover, a series about being the underdog and surpassing your limits and going harder than you typically would, if you thought they weren't going to implement that into the game, you were batshit crazy, bro. I already knew what was going to happen. I already knew it was going to be egregious to grind, bro. In them first few episodes of Black Clover, this man Asta did 1,000 push-ups a day, didn't have a single lick of magic, and still believed he was going to be a Magic Knight, and still believed he was going to be Wizard King, bro. And that's where you got to be with it. I put money into the game, bro. That's cool and all, but I don't always get lucky on the gear stages. I still know I'm the mightiest Wizard King. Fuck them gear stages. I can farm something else that's guaranteed for me, and even if it's not guaranteed for me, I'd be lucky in other spots of the game, bro. I got super lucky with all my summons and shit like that, and now my luck is like matriculating into other aspects of the game. So it's definitely a matter of mental reframing. People who cry about Black Clover Mobile being too hard or not being fun or being too tedious, honestly, you just don't know how to cheat life, bro. You don't know how to cheat life. I cheat life every day. I cheat life every fucking day, bro. The thing that controls your life is these vibes, these waves, these frequencies, bro. You gotta control your waves. You gotta control your mind. You have to control your own experience. Don't let, oh, I can't get this specific thing that I want right now, control your experience. If you can't get it right now, tough fucking luck. Go farm something else and then come back and get that thing. And also another thing that I want to say, if you are a player of this game and you're on the fence about the game, let the reason you quit playing the game be your own opinion of the game, your own thoughts of quitting. But do not look at these content creators who are not dedicated to the cause that this game is trying to present and then say, oh, they quit, I'm going to quit. Don't do that, because this game is going to become something much greater. People are crying about a lack of content. Bro, how many gacha games do you play that have a raid boss, a special episode, raid boss, special episode, 4 chapters or 3 chapters initially, and the chapters that's kind of common, right? 3 chapters initially, raid boss, special episode. The raid boss gave you rewards that are absolutely ridiculous. They have PvP, and the PvP is easy for free-to-play players to get into, bruh. And if pay-to-win players hate on that, then you're hating on free-to-play players, bruh. And I don't stand for that, bro. I love free-to-play players just as much as I love being pay-to-win, bro. Because I'm somebody who pays to win. I don't even pay to win. I pay to enjoy myself. I'm not trying to beat anybody. I don't have competition. I don't really see anybody as my competition. I don't care. And like, that's one of the things the past few days, the past few weeks, my content has been very like stagnant because I've been mentally in a place where I have been caring what other people think. And that's just not the person that I am naturally. So I had to naturally just kind of go back to my, yo, I don't give a fuck. What, who cares what such and such is doing over here? Their shit just don't, bro. Their account just doesn't hit like mine, bro. I can't front. You may have extra gear and shit, but bro, do you know how many I have every rare in SR 5-star. That grind, oh my god, it's so ridiculous. And for people who are waiting on that, it's gonna be a rude awakening for them, right? People who are trying to get their account like crazy, like mine, bro. If you did not do that in the first place, then you're just gonna have a super horrible time. But now that my characters are all worked out, I think instead of hard farming gear, what I need to be doing now is farming up like talents and shit like that. Because I actually do not have a character yet who has all of their talents just like all awakened, all unlocked. And I feel like if I start hopping on that talent wave, then shit's gonna be getting even more easier from that point on. I'm not somebody who's gonna just like see everything that everybody else is doing and follow that. Everybody saw Seaton's video where he talked about that two-piece gear set. Yeah, you see how he talked about that, and he's still not. I don't know if he's still playing, bro, but I ain't seen it. That man ain't dropped a video in 2 weeks, bro. That's all I'm saying. So maybe he got burned out. You know how I build my gear sets? I build my gear set 4-piece set, 2-piece set. Because why in the hell would they give a 4-piece set effect if you weren't meant to use the 4-piece set effect? Like, think about that. Think about that. 2-piece, 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 and then some extra pieces to get extra stats. I'm telling you, bro, them extra set effects, them extra buffs you be getting from the sets, bro, them shits hit. Them shits do hit, bro. But, yeah, you know, farm at your own pace, grind the game. Don't let anybody else tell you how to feel about the game, bro. And, like, yeah, I guess I'm telling you how to feel about the game, but not really. I'm telling you to fully digest your experience in the game before you go and say that the game is shitting on you. Guys, I'll be right back. I'm actually just kind of in a productive mind state right now, so I thought while I'm gonna be up, while I'm gonna be streaming at fucking 2:37 in the morning, why not wash my clothes? Let me go switch my clothes from the washer to the dryer. I'll actually be right back for you guys. Oh! JK, my watch still has 3 minutes on it. But yo, even when I slack, even when I fall, bro, you know one thing that's to remain consistent? Every single stream that I'm here, every single video that I make, oh, I just ran a patrol stage 5,050 times. I be grinding, bro. Every single time I stream, every single time I make a video, I still have on my Black Bull headband. Because at the end of the day, I am a Black Bull. I am a part of the Magic Knight Guild where surpassing your limits is the only option. There is no option for defeat, bro. There is no option for remaining constant, being the person that you are. Constant evolution. And that's also something that I've been implementing into my own life too. Because I feel like I put myself in situations and then I get bitter with the outcome of that. But realistically, I should just be bitter with my decision-making skills. If I'm in a certain position, I need to go into that position and excel, because that position is going to show an aspect of me. Like, it's going to show that I'm a hard worker. It's going to show that I'm somebody with determination. It's going to show this, that, and the third. The other day, somebody looked at me and at my job, because I'm a server at a restaurant. Somebody looked at me at my job and said, hey, bro, I can't front, bro. You really going hard on the shit. You really care about your job, bro. And, like, we respect that. And I didn't say what I really wanted to say, because I'm somebody who says things literally how he means it. And if somebody takes it the wrong way, I don't give a fuck. And in that situation, my money was in the line right there, right? But what I really wanted to say was, I don't give a fuck about this job. I don't give a fuck about this establishment. I give a fuck about the fact that my purpose in this world is to make the world a better place. So if I can walk out and promote positivity to somebody and I can control my mind to do so, then I will absolutely do that. Why would I let you walk in here and it's in my control? That is a situation that is my situation right there, right? Why would I let you walk in here and have a bad time when I feel like anywhere I go, I deserve to have a good time? I'm no different than anybody else. We're all human. We're all stuck on this rock. We are all people with a brain of our own that differs from others, right? Even if you're brainwashed by somebody, your brain still has some aspects of it that are different from the brainwasher, right? And I'm not talking about actual brainwashing. There probably is somewhere out there where people are actually brainwashing people on some like fucking dark web, illegal shit. I ain't talking about that. But I'm saying, if you let people control you, even people who control you, sometimes there be moments in your life where you be like, yo, I know I fuck with, oh, this stage is free? I know I fuck with such and such's opinion, but like, I don't know if I fuck with this aspect of their opinion. I don't know if I like this that they're telling me right now. So, you just have to be kind of like mentally aware. And the reason why people don't want to be mentally aware is because it is a lot of responsibility to be responsible for yourself. That's why we love our parents so much, because our parents are responsible for us. When we mess up, they clean up our mess. But you got to realize at some point, you will be in a position where you're the only person that can clean up your messes. Because your parents aren't going to be there all the time. Right? And I'm not talking about them dying, but I mean, eventually, yeah, everybody dies, bro. Life's a bitch and then you die. That's why we get high. I'm kidding. Don't get high if you don't do that. But, you know, it's just a matter of accepting things as they are and being able to mentally frame yourself to be a person who adapts. Not a reactionary person. Do not react to things. Adapt to things, right? Because if you think about reaction for the pure reaction of it, you're going to react in a way that gives you attention. You're going to react in a way that makes you feel better. Life is not about your pleasure. Life is not about your comfort. It is about your growth. You do not grow in comfortable places. So get a little uncomfortable sometimes, bro. Grow, get out of your skin, grow, bro. Also, guys, another thing that's been really helping with my mental state, I've been going to the gym again. And I've been surpassing my limits in the fucking gym, bro. And it's like crazy to think that like a year and a half ago, hold on, my clothes are probably done now and I just don't want them to sit, I'm sorry. Yeah, I don't hear the machine. I actually be right back. I would literally yell from my laundry room, but I just don't know that you guys will hear me if I'm screaming. It might just be like ineligible. Alright guys, my clothes are in the dryer and I can honestly let them sit in the dryer, so now I'm locked in for real. But basically, yeah, I've been going to the gym and honestly, like, think about this. Evolution, right? Survival of the fittest. Charles Darwin thought up evolution. When we go to the gym, we quite literally destroy our muscles so that they can regrow stronger. That is evolution. Think about in Dragon Ball Z, every time Goku and Vegeta are like brought near death. They have to evolve as fighters so they can become stronger and defeat the person who nearly killed them. Zenkai boosting, right? That is literally like not their power. Their power is just being a Saiyan. And that's pretty much like being Superman. You just have a bunch of different like abilities, right? But Zenkai boosting is a very crucial ability. It causes them to evolve at a rapid rate. Oh my god, if humans had that, we have a Zenkai boost, but it's over a long period of time. Because like think about it. Your muscles do get destroyed and they kind of like come back, right? So when you think about Zenkai boosting, think about the fact that one, when Goku and Vegeta are brought near death, or even when they like die and shit, because they've literally died and they come back from wishes, the amount of strength that they gain is just so ridiculous. It just jumps them up to the next level. You literally become strong enough to kill the guy who killed you, basically, right? Now, not only does Zenkai boosting cause them to evolve as a fighter, Akira Toriyama is not the best in the character development department, but Zenkai, for Vegeta, yeah, Vegeta's a great character. But think about this. Zenkai boosting or coming back from the brink of death is a blessing because that causes you to evolve as a person as well, like mentality wise. Because you have to think, what led me to these events that caused me to be killed, that caused me to be in this situation, or why wasn't I strong enough to handle that situation? Oh, okay. I need to now create a countermeasure for a situation like this, or I need to figure out how I can fill in this gap where I was lacking, so I do not suffer failure again. Failure is not a bad thing, but when your life is just an accumulation of failures, mentally you will be disturbed, you will not be okay. If you can take a lot of failures and then turn them into lessons and then turn it into W's, that's when failure is beneficial for you. But you should not be somebody who just allows failure into your life time and time again because people tell you, it's okay to fail, it's okay to do this. Like, yeah, it's okay to take the L sometimes. Don't revel on it, but also try not to let it happen again, at least for the same situation. Don't let the same L catch over and again. That's what really fucks your mind up. When you get caught by the same thing over and over again, you really start to feel stupid as a person. You really start to feel like weak and powerless as a person, because like this thing that happened to you that you know exactly how it functions in and out, it keeps happening to you, and quite literally you just feel like there's no control over that shit. There is control over it. You're just deciding not to. You're deciding not to because it's so much easier to blame external factors than to blame yourself. It's so easy. Life is so much easier when we blame things outside of our control, bro. Oh, I lost my job because my clock stopped fucking working because it's a piece of shit, blah, blah, blah. No. You lost your job because you're irresponsible. You knew that your clock was deteriorating, and if you know you have a problem with waking up, then your clock becomes one of your most essential tools in the morning to wake up and go to your job. See? It's all about mental repositioning. Oh, I'm fat and overweight because I'm depressed and I'm this and I'm that. Cool. You can't control depression. Cool. Not cool. Depression's not cool. Depression's real. But it's like, it's all still within your own mind at the end of the day. You can seek help. If you let yourself sit there and be depressed, then you're just not gonna do shit, bro. I've been depressed before. I've been in, and I can't say before, like that shit's not something that's just kind of like constant in the back of your mind. Like sometimes you wake up and you don't want to exist. Don't act on those feelings, you know? Intrusive thoughts come in sometimes. But it's like, it comes and goes in waves. And sometimes that shit will be creeping in the back of your mind. And sometimes I have the mental propensity to be able to push it out of the back of my mind, or I guess deep into the dark recesses of my mind. Or, you know, I feel like maybe, imagine the inside of your brain, the inside of your head as like a place where there's a sun and a moon and they constantly cycle out. Wouldn't it be great if you could get your brain, your head space into a point where the sun is always shining and the darkness is always blown away, right? And that's a possible thing because, yes, we have no control over the sun and moon in the sky, in the night sky, in the day sky, whatever, right? But what you do have control is over your own mind, over yourself. Your body is a temple, and you are, I like to say that your body is a suit, is a VR suit, and you are just a frequency controlling this VR suit, right? So if you're controlling this VR suit, you can spruce it up however you like. If your body is a temple, think about places of worship. People can decorate the inside of a place of worship. People can improve the place of worship. People can not improve, destroy the place of worship, right? You can do all kinds of things to a temple. So if your body is your temple, why can you not forge it to be whatever you want it to be inside? There's a guy, oh dude, what's his name? Why am I blanking on his name? He's a fucking genius, bro. He pretty much talks about how thought. Robert the Curtains? No. Oh, yeah. Yo, I'm so stupid, bro. I said, what's this name? Is Robert the Curtains? That's the name of my lawyer from when I was in college. Don't worry about the lawyer. I can't think of his name. Oh! Is it Joe? Yes. Joe Dispenza. Joe Dispenza is a certified doctor. Degree, all that shit. So even people who like to, oh, where's his degree? Where's this? Where's that? I don't really believe in the value of a degree. Because school is a system that just teaches you how to listen to somebody for the rest of your life. It just teaches you to listen to authority and follow the rules. And if we remember what I was talking about way at the start of this stream, all systems are made to control you in some way because you have no control over yourself. Once you can master control over yourself, you can live independently from systems and you do not need those things. That's why they talk about being a person that walks in the opposite way of everyone else, but people don't really try to explain that. It is about self-control. It is about realizing that the things that you accept into your mind are the things that you will regurgitate out of your mouth, and they are the things that you will make your own reality. Oh, so where's my back scratcher? Are things that you'll make your own reality, right? So this guy, Joe Dispenza, he used to be like a professional, like, oh my god, that feels so great. He used to be a professional bike rider. I think he literally did like the Tour de France, or some shit like that. And literally, he had gotten into like an accident or some shit like that, and that man was paralyzed from the neck down. So, this man claims, and honestly, I don't even think it's a claim. I believe this shit. This man claims that like he was told he would never be able to walk again. Bro, this motherfucker be skating now. He be walking around, and he has a whole theory of a whole school of philosophy, a whole school of thought on how he's walking now, even though they told him he never could walk. You know why he's walking again? Because he believed he could. And it's crazy. There's that episode of Gumball. The Amazing World of Gumball. I don't know if y'all know what that is. It's a show about this blue cat, and his best friend is like an orange fish. It's literally like the dumbest cartoon ever, but it's so funny, right? There was an episode where this man Gumball said, he was like, I never get sick. I have complete and utter control over my physical being. Then you literally see this man like shift his body parts all around his fucking body and shit, and then put them all back into the same place. Like literally this man's ears came off the top of his head, came down to his chin, wiggled a little bit, went back up to the top of his head. His whole like torso rotated, his neck and everything was fine. Nothing broken, nothing like that. That's some real shit. You have Chaos. Gumball is so deep with W cartoon for sure. Yo, Chaos, I'm so glad you're here, bro. But literally, bro, Asta of its kind. Absolutely, bro. Absolutely. But the point that I'm making here, last of its kind. The point that I'm making here is that you quite literally can't control the physical state of your body all with the mentality of it. Like, it's like, man, when I wasn't going to the gym, I felt like I was such a weak person in my life. And I felt like I couldn't really do much. I felt like this, I felt like that. When I was at work, I'd be so tired. Man, I'd be like, man, I want to go home. I can't stand this shit. I'm on my feet all day. My feet are fucking killing me, bro. What's up, buddy? How are you doing? I'm good, man. I'm just having a mental just like prosperity stream, I guess you could say. I don't know if that makes sense. Right now, I'm farming affinity for some black crystals because I still don't have Kahono's skill page, but I'm going to get it. It doesn't matter. And honestly, I could buy more black crystals, but I want to use the resources that I have in the game to get the black crystals for free first and then do those summons, because I do not want to forget my roots. I do not want to forget where I come from. Even though I spend, I do not want to be one of those players that just spends and doesn't do the shit, right? I want to be a player that spends and I still grind that shit like a free-to-play. So when free-to-play players are complaining and saying like, yo, I'm doing this shit this much and this shit is like this, blah, 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 I want to be somebody who can be a voice for them and say, hey man, These free-to-play players, they are not having a good time, and I understand because I'm doing this shit just like they're doing this shit. I have all this gear better than them, but I still see why this shit is too hard in some aspects because I'm not guaranteed to win all the time, and it's okay. Being the best is not somebody who is guaranteed to win all the time. That's what you think it is. Being the best is somebody who is willing to improve themselves so that they can be the person who did win this time, right? Because if you become somebody who can win all the time, you'll never improve. You'll think you're the hot shit forever. And I don't think I'm the hot shit forever. I know I'm the mightiest Wizard King, which means that I know that I am somebody that when the time comes and I hit the wall, I know how to bounce back off the wall and hit an even higher level, an even higher peak. Mightiest Wizard King. What do they say? It's about merit, bro. How much merit is there in beating everything versus merit in people literally seeing you not able to beat something and then you overcame that shit anyway, bro? That shows evolution. But when you just come through and you instant clear everything, it's just like, man, he don't work for that. People aren't gonna feel related to you, right? As a Wizard King, that's not relatable. You shouldn't be. I mean, I guess I'm overpowered, right? But I still actually try to put thought behind what I'm doing, and I still try to. I'm not just spending money and making my characters so crazy that they can just do this, that, and third. I spend my money, yeah, but that's because I'm a collector. I like to have all the characters. Now I have all the characters. What's next? Collecting all the skill pages, which honestly, Chaos, if you don't know, I'm only missing one character-specific skill page now, and it's Cajonos. All the other old ones, I have them shits now. But, oh, and honestly, Chaos, has been a while since I streamed. Let me actually, after I finish these auto farms, I'm going to actually just kind of like go through my account and show off. Not show off, I didn't mean to say that, but basically show off. Show you what improvements I have made to my account. But, yeah, man. Just kind of like giving food for thought. I went to the gym and I gotten off at like midnight, and I got home and I took a shower and I was like, man, I could go to sleep right now, but also there's a lot of, that would be great. I would love to see that. I'm glad. Okay, I got you. And I was like, there are a lot of things that I could do around the house right now because, you know, I could wash my dishes right now, which I didn't wash my dishes. I need to go down there and break away and do that at some point. But I could wash my dishes right now. I wash my clothes. You know what I'm saying? I'm just trying to be productive. Wait, did you get Raddy's book? Yes. Bro, I have every skill page. Well, not every skill page. I'm missing some SSR, like, general skill pages, not character-specific. But, like, character-specific skill pages, I am literally only missing Cajono. That's it. Right now, what I need, not rat is the deer. Oh, real? Yeah, I got real. So, what's so crazy about real skill page? I was on the day that I had gotten down to needing 2 more skill pages, real and Cajono. Literally, I got I think the weekly missions had reset, and I gotten the 3 rare to SSR like summon tickets that you get, right? And I was going through the summons on that shit because I had 3 tickets. I don't stockpile those tickets. I just use them. I probably stockpile them now just because like I don't really need to use them at this point. But yeah, I had 3 tickets. I used all 3 tickets. First ticket that I use is a rare skill page for a general like rare skill page, right? I have all those maxed out already. I didn't care. The next one is a character-specific rare skill page, which, once again, do not care. I already have that. All maxed out. Then, literally, I was thinking, it would be so crazy if they gave me real skill page right now. I got to that 3rd ticket, remind you, that has a chance to be a rare to an SSR. And it was real skill page. And it's like, I already knew that I was meant to be the king of this shit, but that just kind of like reaffirmed it, re-solidified it for me. I was like, bro, they are basically handing me victory in this game right now, bro. And even though they're handing me victory, bro, wow, that's what I'm saying, bro. And it's just like, bro, I know that I'm meant to be the chosen one, bro. I am the chosen one because like I get lucky like that. And like, yeah, I don't have Cajono's skill page right now, but I'm also somebody who's willing to go deep for it because I love Black Clover. I love the series. And honestly, I think Cajono's a good character. I like Cajono. She's a really good support all around. So I'm willing. She is justifiable. Spending the money, justifiable. Especially when I can be here and show you guys how good she is, right? Even though I'm not using her right now, yeah, I can show you how good she is in the future. So, I literally I literally am just like, there's two ends of the spectrum. You have me right here, the new content creator, up and coming, right? And I have all this shit already. I have all the tools to be the best. I am the best. I don't say I'm gonna be the best. I say I am the best, because life is about mentally framing yourself for something. And if I mentally frame myself and I already know that I am the best, you see how I didn't say believe. If I already know that I am the best, then I am the best. Because who's telling me that I'm not? I've already told myself that I am, right? Then you have the other end of the spectrum. You have who people thought was the best, right? So look, this man Nog was put into a position where he would literally get information from Vit Gaming, right? Vit Gaming is a L for that. Vit Gaming looked at people who have viewers based on other contents, and they were like, okay, let's give information to this dude, this dude, this dude, this dude. But the people that have high numbers in other content, you cannot trust them with that information, because they are not people who are dedicated to this, right? It sounds stupid to talk about dedication, loyalty, and games and shit like that, but when you have somebody who is dedicated to Grand Cross and they're the top content creator for that shit, you gotta be real. The games are very similar. If they're not enjoying themselves in this game, they're going to go back to the other game. And I'm not gonna say he's defaming this game, but like, he quit this game. How does that look? Somebody so big who gets so many views and shit like that, he just quit. And people are going to mistake and think that he was like the top player, when in all reality he was nowhere near, right? And there was one thing that I saw that like this man summoned for licked hella, and he got licked 5-star and got no skill pages for licked at all. And even to after that, right, to the next banner, he didn't get any skill pages for licked. And honestly, bro, I felt bad for him, because I was just like, yo, I know that you want to make this content. I know you want to make this content, bro. And I know you wanted to go crazy on this like showcase shit like that, right? He didn't get skill pages at all, and he cried about that shit. From the first video when he didn't get it to the next video when he didn't get it. And like, bro, he can sit here and cap and say that like the skill page wasn't a part of it, but like the skill page was definitely a part of it, bro. He was upset. He was mad, bro. And that's what Vit Gaming did. They put the fate of the game, not really, because like I control the fate of the game. I am the mightiest Wizard King, right? They tried to put the fate of the game into the hands of somebody who was not loyal to the cause. So when the game does not go the way that he wants, because there are people like that who will tell you that a gameplay experience is based off of the summons you get. That's not fucking real, dude. You do not base a game off of the summons you get. You cannot get mad just because you don't get the characters that you want, especially when you don't prepare for it, right? But that's besides the point. This man didn't get his skill page, and you know that in his video where I didn't even watch his video where he talked about I quit. Because I already know that the points he make in the video are bullshit. Why are you quitting this? This shit's new. Oh no, you're upset about farming gear. Read Black Clover, you know it's a series about surpassing your limits. Oh no, you didn't get that specific skill page. Alright, cool. Throw another skill page on, keep it moving, bro. That's just how it is. That's just luck. You don't hop into a casino and think you're going to get everything that you want. So don't think that you're going to get everything that you want. Yeah, a casino is unfair. It's literally RNG. It's all RNG. It's not supposed to be fair. It's supposed to be random. Right? I get everything, right? But that's because I understand the philosophy of the waves, right? The waves, the frequency, the energy, the vibe, whatever you want to call it. I understand that shit, and I know how to bring my vibes up from here to influence things outside of myself, right? That's a lie. People tell you cannot influence things in life. People tell you that you cannot control things in life, but you can to some degree. You can influence things. Influencing and controlling are very different. Control means that you have complete say over what happens in something, and that's just not real, unless you're talking about your own life. Then you have influencing. You can be the butterfly effect that causes things. Chaos, let me tell you what I was talking about earlier. I talked about how if you look at the ocean is vast, it's huge, gigantic, it's endless. 70% of our Earth, 70% of our world is made up of water, right? That's the percentage, right? It's been so long since I've taken like a fucking science, earth science, whatever class. Geology, whatever. A single drop of water can hit the ocean in a specific spot, and when it hits the ocean, that shit is going to cause a wave, and that wave will reverberate and spread out. Now, let's talk about exponential decay. You do not ever reach zero in exponential decay. If you read Jujutsu Kaisen, you know how that's how Gojo's affinity works. You constantly get closer and closer and closer, but you never touch him unless he allows you to. So, that wave, while it starts off big in the first spot right here, it goes out and it spreads and spreads and spreads until eventually you cannot see it anymore, but the wave still does still influences other things, right? What's good, Fire Carnage Gaming? Literally, so say the wave goes and it gets so small you can't see it anymore, and another wave comes and it completely destroys that wave. No, that wave was not destroyed. The energy was just met with a greater energy, and now that wave has been consumed by that energy. That's how life works. When people meet each other, it's your vibes versus everyone else's vibes, and whenever people like your vibes are the bigger vibes that hit everybody else's, and then people try to flow in your position. You see what I just did there? That's so crazy. It's so simple of a concept, but nobody ever thinks about that shit because it's so obvious and you don't have to think about it. But that's really how the waves work. That's really how life works. Are you going to play the Canada Global of Black Clover? I don't know, bro. I mean, hear me out. People are crying about Global Black Clover. I don't need to cry about it. I have this. I'm fine with this. I'm down to wait for the actual global version, bro. The game keeps getting pushed back, and to be honest, it's really just a case of beggars can't be choosers. Because people want the global version, but they also want it when they want it. When they see the Japanese and KR version and know that these versions of the game are going to be ahead now by like 2 months on some shit in the first place, and two, are going to be in a very like experimental stage in this first few months. Like, bro, people are acting like the game's been out forever and they're crying about content and shit like that. Bro, how many games come out and you have access to 2 different types of raids and all these like limited stages and shit that we have? Now, farming stages are obviously going to be things that come out in the game as soon as they drop. But like the limited farming stages, like season pass and all of that, season pass is a thing in other games at the initial like launch of the games. But I have never seen a season pass that brings you 3 characters that just completely and utterly fucking destroy the game. You can get one of the characters for fucking free, and you can get a skill page for the, well, that's if you pay for the battle pass, right? But just things like that, right? The game gave us so much content in the start, and now in the second month, people are crying about content. But also, in the first month, people were crying about how they couldn't finish all the content. So hear me out. People need to make up their mind. You cannot have your cake and eat it too, unless you figure out how to reach that level, right? You cannot complain about how much shit there is in the first month of the game, and I'm not saying you guys viewing right now are the people who are doing it, but like, it's these people who are complaining about the game that are giving the game like a bad reputation. I hear you, man. I play JP too, but I just play Canada Global, but I may just play Canada Global. See, I'm not pressed on Canada. I'm not pressed on that. I can wait for the global version to come out because I have this. People like to complain about the things that happened in the first month. Like, oh man, I felt so constricted to what I could do. I felt like I needed to focus this, and this. Bro, you can't finish the game if you don't have LR gear and accessories. Yeah, that's fair. That's fair. I mean, not even accessories though. Not even accessories. I have LR gear. I have shitty accessories, to be honest. I don't even have only one of my characters has all LR gear. So like, gear is not necessarily what the problem is. The problem is people aren't willing to surpass their fucking limits. People go and farm gear. Think about this. People go and farm gear, and every time they do 50 runs and they don't get a piece of gear, a piece of LR gear from those 50 runs, they think, damn, I just did this to no avail. And then what do people do next? Hell yeah, just way much crying. Give good feedback and the game will get better. That's what I'm saying, bro. Stop crying. Stop complaining. Nobody can understand a baby when the baby is just crying non-fucking stop. Have you ever noticed that when a baby just fucking cries and screams non-stop, you never actually know what's wrong until you finally like guess so many things that you finally pinpoint the thing that they're crying about, and then you know? So that's how real life works. If you are going to cry like a big fucking baby, nobody is going to know what your problem is, right? So, first month, people complained about the amount of content that we had and that they could not finish all the content. They couldn't get... People were upset about high scores and shit like that, blah, blah, blah. The second month comes out, and now they are working hard to spread out the content to make sure that you don't feel like too pressed to do everything, right? Because there's 2 types of burnout. There's the burnout where there's not enough for you to do and you feel like you're doing the same thing over and over again because there's a lack of new things to do and you're just like, man, fuck this. Then There's the burnout where it's too much to do and you're just like, damn, bro, you keep asking me to do this, you keep asking me to do this, you keep asking me to do this. Fuck. Burned out, right? You need to find a nice little balance in between. Dude, it's crazy how many times I've referenced Hell's Paradise in this stream. Because Hell's Paradise, accept the weakness, accept the strength. The game has weaknesses. The game has strengths. Everything does. Everything is not 100% perfect. Perfection is just a concept. That shit's not real. Because if you were perfect, you would never improve anymore. And if you think you're perfect, you're really just decaying. Because you think you're too good for improvement. But in the first month, they gave us so much, just like the beta. And maybe that was not the best idea. Because now everybody expects shit to that level to be happening every month. Then you get to the next month. They spread everything out across the month so that people don't feel too overwhelmed, and now people are saying it's too slow. I guarantee you that if they had reversed the fucking months, and the first month had this little content, and then the second month had all that extra content they had, nobody would be complaining. But everybody's trying to build out characters. Everybody's scrambling to get their characters nice and get good scores. Get this, that, and the third, bro. If they had reversed the order of when they released the shit, it wouldn't have been a problem. But I don't like how content creators are saying, like, I'm disappointed, there's nothing to do in the game, blah, blah, blah. What do you mean there's nothing to do in the game? You have the characters you like maxed out. What about the fucking rest of them? Max out the rest of them, dog. You over here acting like there's nothing to do in the game, and just because you have these core, like, how many, like, 8 characters at least for Battle Gigas, right? Up to, like, maybe in the first month, maybe, like, or not. Let's talk about even now. What is a natural point where people will be grown out on characters, right? Maybe you went from like at least 8 characters in the first month to like now you have like, who knows, 30, 40 characters built out. Bro, did you hear what I just said? 30 or 40 characters built out. This is not the first month of the game anymore. There's more than 41 characters now, bro. Keep fucking working. Oh no, the rares are ass, blah, blah, blah. Hey, bro. You can look at things on paper all day and say they're ass, but until you actually use them and figure out what's going on, you don't know how ass they are. So figure it out. And content creators over here, oh, the game's boring. There's nothing to do. Bruh, there's nothing to do for you. Stop thinking about yourself. You know why I don't complain? Because the game is giving me and free-to-play players an opportunity to get their accounts stacked up so that when they actually do drop shit, there is enough shit to do, right? Or there are options for you. You're not sitting here like, damn, I need this character farmed up. They're not trying to have a rerun of the first month over and over and over again. Because if you keep giving people overwhelming amount of options, they're not going to know what to do. They're going to squander their time. Bro, you don't need all LR gear to do in-game. I don't have all LR gear and I can do all the in-game. Yeah, I can do all the in-game shit. And like literally, bro, I still talk about how I don't get all the like LR gear. Oh, but let's talk about LR gear. Yes, gear farming does suck. But this is a gacha game. Everything is RNG. The game is pretty free-to-play friendly with the black crystals that they give you, and you can get characters like kind of easily. And especially if you're saving towards specific characters, it's really not hard to get those characters, bro. There's so many different ways, from character affinity to farming village affinity to doing the story to doing special episodes to doing fucking Hall of Memories and all this shit. Yeah, the RNG for gear is bad. Yes, the RNG for gear is bad. But hear me out. Yes, the RNG for gear is bad, but don't you think what makes the RNG for gear feel worse is trying to constantly run the gear stage over and over and over and over again? Right? If you keep running the same thing over and over and over again and you don't get any LR pieces, the only thing that you're putting in your mind is, wow, I'm putting in my effort for this thing right now and I'm not getting anything from it. You're going to feel like you failed in your gear farm, right? And humans are creatures who once something starts to happen, they build their mind up a certain way and don't even realize it. When you farm gear nonstop and you don't get the gear that you need, you're going to feel like you're failing in the game. You're going to feel like the game is cheating you. You're going to feel like the game is bad. You're going to shit on it. Hear me out. I tried to farm gear. The first 100 times I ran the gear farm when I could on level 15, I didn't get any LR pieces, or I got like one LR piece that I didn't even need. What did I do? Did Deadman take that failure and farm gear a billion more times? No. I fucking think I stopped farming gear because it made me feel like I was failing at an aspect of the game, and I went to farm something guaranteed. Experience potions. Because not only do you get experience from the experience stage, that is the best way to farm money, besides King Wolf, and besides the stage that they give you once, that you do one time. I did the same thing. See, look, bro, this is why I fuck with y'all. This is why y'all are here, bro. My vibrations be hitting y'all, and then y'all come back, and y'all vibrations be coming back and hitting me, bro. That is so true. When you build something up in your mind to like little successes, that's why people tell you to make your bed in the morning. Because when you wake up in the morning and you don't make your bed, that's the first thing that you didn't do. That's the first thing you failed on, right? If you wake up in the morning and you make your bed, you successfully cleaned up your area where you lay your head at the rest of the night. You successfully made the place where you lay your head and spend like, I guess not 8 hours, because everybody doesn't sleep 8 hours, right? But your room is where you spend majority of your life, whether you're hanging out in there, whether you're sleeping in there, changing, working out, whatever the fuck, right? You wake up in the morning, you make your bed, that shit really does start your day off right, because you're just like, you know, it's really small, but like any victory, right? Make the bed and make the coffee. And you don't even gotta make the coffee. There's so much other shit you can do in the morning to put yourself in a productive mind state. I be getting up whenever I have to work a double, bro. Before I go to work, I wake up, I come into this office, and I like stream for a little bit. I'll grind something on Black Clover Mobile, and that shit makes me feel like I'm ready for work. Because I'm just like, hey, yo, I did this morning, and I can't front. The benefits from the shit that I did this morning were so much more than I thought they would be, bro. And now we're here. But when you farm the same gear stage over and over again, and you don't get any LR gear, you feel like you failed. Newsflash. I went from farming the gear stage where I wouldn't get LR gear to farming the experience stage where I was getting double benefit. So it wasn't even like I doubled my profits. It was like I had added one and then doubled that. I had went up 100% because I went from getting not shit that I needed to getting exactly what I needed and getting two things at the same time. And that made the game more fun for me. It was like, when you look at gear and you farm gear and you think, man, I'm gonna farm this fucking gear, I gotta say, that raid boss boxes are good for gear. That's facts. I was about to say, if you sit there and you farm gear and you stare at the gear dungeon day in, day out, or you set the gear up, you go and do your shit, and you have a successful day. Game question. Those piece of clothes looking things you get on drops, on those affinity stages, what are they for? Oh. Those are actually little, damn, I forgot what they are. I think you can sell those. I think you can sell them. Oh, your room. Facts. I don't be customizing that shit. I need to customize them. I need to customize like my actually I did customize a Black Bull hideout like one time. But look, right? When I look at my game and I set it up to farm experience, I know what I'm getting from that. I know that it's going to be successful beforehand, right? And I'm just like, cool. After this gear farm, I'll get this much Yule. I'll get this much experience potions. I'll be able to do this to these characters, right? And then after I do that, I'm like, cool. This character's stronger. I just succeeded in getting this character to this level. You see, in the one action that I did of farming the gear stage, I just added in like 3 different successes in that one point. Instead of farming the gear stage and having one big ass L and the Black Bulls hideout to change the look of the room. Right? I farmed the experience dungeon and damn, not only did I successfully farm up experience potions that I need, I also successfully farmed up the Yule that I needed. And I also successfully just boosted this character that I was trying to work on. And bonus, I now know a rough idea of how much Yule it takes and how much experience it takes to get these characters to this certain level. And now I can go and boom, tell that to the fucking community. Oh wait, another success. I just informed a bunch of people. You see that? You see how I just turned one fucking L and pivoted my shit and just turned that shit into 6 W's, bro? 6 little ass W's that compound into one giant ass W, bro. It's all about how you fucking frame this shit in your mind. If you want to be a quitter, you don't want to play the game. You just don't want to be somebody that surpasses your limits. That's fine. You just don't want to do that, bro. All these content creators saying there's nothing to do. Bro, there's nothing to do for you because you feel like you're so much bigger than. But you need to bring yourself back down to the perspective of free-to-play players. And even if you are a content creator who's, oh, where do you customize it? I couldn't find the menu. I can honestly go and do that shit after I finish this farm. Honestly, this farm should be coming up on the end. And I'm not gonna lie, not every content creator that's saying they're burned out on the game is a whale. Some of them are free to play, but they feel even more cucked Yeah, you got so much LR. Guy is crazy. I level all my guys up because I watch you, man. Hey, bro, and I can't front. In the first month, that maybe seemed like something crazy that you wouldn't want to do. Good, we're finished. That may not seem like something you want to do, but I mean, shit, bro. We're coming up on the second month, and like, I don't think it's a bad idea to start spreading your resources amongst your characters so you can make sure that you can do anything, bro. But I appreciate. I'm glad that somebody right now in this chat right now saw something that I did, and what I just say, it made a wave, and they just did something based off of that. And now, when you play the global version of the game, right? If you're gonna play the global version. Or yeah, you said you're gonna play the global version. If you have friends that are gonna play the global version, right? They're gonna see, you're gonna be talking to your friends playing, and they're gonna be like, oh man, I'm not fucking with this because this shit's too hard, blah, blah, blah. Bullshit, my boy. It's not too hard. You making it too hard, bro. You whip out that fucking JP account, you just like, look at this shit, bro. I saw somebody on YouTube LR all their fucking characters in the first month, bro. It wasn't me in the first month, but I got my characters all the fucking LR, bro. If he can do that shit, and I can do that shit, you can do that shit, my boy. Don't give up. Keep your head up. You see, bro? It's so easy to turn one little thing into something huge, bro. And it's just like, if you don't think that way, then you're not gonna do it. But think that way and you will do it. But yeah, Vic Gaming fumbled trying to give access to the game early to people who didn't really fucking care, bro. Vic Gaming in that aspect was not being a Magic Knight. They were being somebody that was money hungry. They were being a royal from the fucking Clover Kingdom before Asta came through, bro. Because they really was like, oh, they have big numbers. And look, what's funny is, Vic Gaming went, oh, big number on people's channels and said, hey, yo, we're gonna let this man carry the torch. And motherfuckers, like, bro, motherfuckers is just dropping that shit now. And look at Seaton. Seaton was playing that shit. Seaton ain't dropped a video in 2 fucking weeks, bro. And you know this man spends money in games like it's fucking nothing, bro. He spends the money, he gets into that shit. Cool. This man Nog was clearly spending money in the game. He was getting in that shit. He quit. Cool. Bro, honestly, people pretend that that shit's like big. Like I see a bunch of people on Twitter talking, nah, quit. Oh, bro, of course he did. Blah, blah, blah. Because the game is this, this, this. Do you really think that? Or did you just watch Nog's video and you let this man get in your fucking head and you don't know how to think for yourself? Think for yourself. Is the game really that bad for you? Bro, I am somebody who has all the characters LR, bro. You would think that somebody like me has nothing to do in this shit. Yet somehow I still find ways to play this shit every day. I still find ways to progress. And it's like, yo, I do spend a lot of my day just farming shit in the game. But like, fuck it. So be it. That is the gameplay. Yeah, I got to LR all the characters that I can actually use, get to the talents, up to the talents, get the talents up, and then we'll raise the other ones for sure. Oh, absolutely. See? And it's about, you see how you just pointed out your plan right here, bro? It's all about you mapping out your plan and figuring out what you're gonna do. You shouldn't be worried what anybody else is doing. You shouldn't be worried about anybody else's pace in the game. Earlier in the stream, I said, yeah, it's dumb to do a guy for get a 70S was when it first come out. I'm sorry, I'm not 100% on what you meant by that, bro. It's dumb to do guys for... But it's like, yeah, it's like... Also, Vic Gaming, you have to think about it from the perspective of, bro, they're already 4 years deep in this game, and they're the top content creator for this game. Did you really expect them... Like, bro, yeah, this game is good, and I think this shit is phenomenal. I love this shit, bro. I'm having a great time. I've not gotten tired of this game yet. And I play this shit non-stop. And I ain't burned out, bro. But it's like, did you really expect somebody else who's 4 years deep into a game similar to this one to just kind of like switch over and paint a very good image of this game? Hell nah, bro. Yeah, the game, it has its bugs and it does this and it does that. Hey, bro, all games are gonna have that. It's dumb how people are shitting on this game, but people say Seven Deadly Sins is such an amazing game, but they forget how bad it was when it first came out and had next to no content. That's what I'm saying. Seven Deadly had no fucking content when it first came out. And literally, you had to farm shit non-stop. And now you gotta farm shit non-stop and everybody crying about it? Because they like Seven Deadly Sins and don't want to admit Black Clover is the better IP. But I rest my fucking case Not really, because I'm gonna keep talking about the shit. Seven Deadly Sins was so fucking boring when it first came out. And they added all that extra shit, and it was fun and it was cool. And then they just started making everything like about money, right? Like, oh man, you spend some money here, you can get this. You spend some money here, you can get this. You spend some money, bro. There is not a day you hop into Seven fucking Deadly Sins and they're not putting a fucking dollar sign in your face somewhere. Like, hey, bro, spend some money for this. There's not a day that they don't do that shit. And it's like, yeah, Black Clover has things that you can pay for, but it also has shit that is freely available to free to play. Like, bro, gear, you gotta farm that shit. It don't matter how you go with it. But it's like, there are boxes where you have a chance to get LR gear. A chance. You can't buy them shits. Yeah, it was BS, and I stopped playing because of that. Yeah, and like, I played it, and I grinded it out at first. I was having fun with it, but you know, now I'm just like, yo, this shit's fucking garbage, bro. I can't rightfully, the Black Clover devs are from Seven Deadly Sins. They are from Seven Deadly Sins. You are absolutely correct. And they're making a new game. And it's just like, while they do have the formula for Seven Deadly Sins, the point of a new game is to make sure that it is its own game. So they cannot make the game exactly like Seven Deadly Sins. But you gotta think, like you said, Nikki, they are the developers from Seven Deadly Sins. But they learned from their mistakes with Seven Deadly Sins. In the beginning of Seven Deadly Sins, there was like no fucking content. You had to grind shit. Now, in this game, there's so much for you to grind. People cry about it, but there's so much you can do though, right? It's not like your only option is to just grind, bro. Let's take a look right now. So first, I know this is like a very short part of the game, but like you can literally walk around the overworld and you can find little shit and things like that, right? You see this? You see this right here, bro? These motherfuckers give you a skill page, the hardest thing to acquire in the game. They give you even harder than a character, because at the end of the rotation, a character is guaranteed, bro. Skill pages are never guaranteed. There is just no way to guarantee one unless you get selector tickets, bro. Or unless you have enough SSRs to just buy copies, which honestly, I'm almost to that point. I'm almost to that fucking point. I'm nearly to a fucking point where if I summon an SSR character, if it's one of the 10 that I already had, at least the devs listen to fix things in this game. That's what I'm saying, bro. You remember when Assault Melee... I don't even remember what character dropped right before him. Was it Ladocial? I don't remember, right? No. Who was it? There was a character that dropped in Seven Deadly Sins. And then right after that character dropped, they wanted you to do... They were like a festival character. You had to do 900 gems. Or 900 diamonds to get all the way to the end of the fucking rotation and get them guaranteed. Then right after that, they released Assault Meliodas. And it literally took everybody fucking boycotting the game and going on a fucking strike and shit for fucking Netmarble to do anything about that shit, bro. This game, we complain about some shit, and while yeah, these motherfuckers don't be talking to us like that, they really have shitty communication skills. They hear everything we say, and they be in that shit instantly. Hey, yo, I can't front. This is being said about the game. We're gonna have a maintenance to fix this shit today. Damn, bro. Motherfuckers really started complaining about that shit 2 days ago. Y'all on that shit. GG. Thank you. Right? They're working, bro. They're trying. It's a new game. They can't make Seven Deadly Sins 2. They can't do that. Because if they do that, what was the point of leaving Seven Deadly fucking Sins? But honestly, Seven Deadly Sins is a game riddled with microtransactions. And yeah, every gacha game has microtransactions, but like, bro, Seven Deadly Sin, I feel like that shit is just so egregious to the extent that they do that shit, bro. And I'm just like, yo, I'm not here for that. I'm not here. That Seven Deadly Sins is like you hop in and then it's just like you pay money, you pay money, you pay money. And free to play players aren't having a good time anymore, bro. Like, yeah, you get 50 diamonds a week, bro. But like, it all in your face. That's what I'm saying. That's just all in your face. Black Clover, the free to play is what's all in your face. And maybe Black Clover does get to a point in the future where they say Black Clover got to a point in the future where there was as much shit in your face about spending money in this game as Seven Deadly. I'm not gonna front. I think Black Clover as an IP is more worth the fucking money. So I still wouldn't be fucking mad. And that's my personal opinion. Yeah, there are people who like Black Clover more than Grand Cross. There are people, or Seven Deadly. There are people who like Seven Deadly more than Black Clover. Damn. But hear me out. I've discovered about myself after watching. I watched Fairy Tail when I was super young, and honestly, I didn't think the show like everybody shits on Fairy Tail. I watched Fairy Tail when I was super young. I watched Black Clover. I love that shit. I'm reading the manga. I watched Seven Deadly Sins. I literally started watching Seven Deadly Sins. I fell off of Seven Deadly Sins. Started reading it. Fell off of that, and then finally came back and completely watched all of Seven Deadly Sins. And I love the fucking story for Seven Deadly Sins. I don't think Seven Deadly Sins is bad, but the end of the day is. Seven Deadly Sins is what it is. Black Clover is what it is. Seven Deadly Sins is a Kodansha comic. Black Clover is a fucking jump comic, right? You get so much gym in Black Clover. Black Clover is a fucking jump comic. That shit's naturally just more popular off the name of the publisher of fucking alone, bro. So if they were trying to put as much monetization in this game as it was in Seven Deadly Sins, I wouldn't be mad. I feel like Seven Deadly be asking too fucking much. And you just heard me say, I love that story, bro. I think Seven Deadly Sins has a really good fucking story. I read Four Nights to the Apocalypse right now. I think that story's great. I think the characters are great. I love everything about it. But I feel like Black Clover just be hitting harder, bro. It really do. I like the characters and shit. And like, I'm not, and this isn't a debate on like which show is better. But me, somebody who likes all the shows that are based around magic and wizards and knights and shit like that, man, I really feel like Black Clover is more worth the money in a gacha game capacity. So, and they're not even asking for your money yet. I mean, and Grand Cross didn't ask for your money up front, you know. But, you know, every game nowadays releases with a, oh, spend this little bit of money, you get this little starter pack. And honestly, that was kind of the goal I was going for in the first month, too. Spend so much money that my account looks like I hit the Ultra Giga Starter Pack, bro. I hit Monozone fucking Starter Pack Deluxe. And now my account's fucking ridiculous. But now, enough of teasing Chaos. We're going to actually go into my account here and look at my mages. So, Chaos, if you're still here, I hope you're still here. I currently have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, you have to watch and add just to do a daily single summon Black Clover. Nope. That's what I'm saying. They just give you that shit because you deserve that shit, bro. You be in this shit surpassing your limits every day. Like, bro, you can cry about the game, bro, but they give back. And you can't sit here and act like they don't give back, bro. They give back. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. There are 24 mages in the game that are SSR right now. I currently have 10 of them SSR. Obviously, every single rare and SR character is 10 star already, right? So or 10 star, fuck. 5 star, 10 star is what is gonna be in the future. And you know what's crazy about that? When they introduce 10 star into the game, I'm gonna have every single character fucking 5 star already, ready to do that shit for every single character, bro. The problem is that people came in and they were pussyfooting around. They were like, oh yeah, we're gonna try to, nah, I ain't trying shit. I knew what I was doing before the game came out, before they announced the game. I knew the game would be announced. I knew that I would be the greatest. And now I am the greatest, right? It does not matter. Matter of fact, I didn't know I was going to be the greatest. I was already the greatest, bro, before they even announced it. Because I was somebody who prophesied on that shit being announced. And when that shit was announced, I was there. Oh, we're getting this. Guys, this means this. Boom. That's exactly what the fuck it meant. Right? So it's just like, it's easy for me to see. And like I said, I don't feel like I'm really competing against anybody. Yeah, maybe I'm competing against people in the content space because I am a new content creator and I need to improve as a content creator and get better about making content and being timely with my content. I am somebody who gets very comfortable doing things at my own pace. And for content creation, sometimes my own pace is not the best pace because sometimes you gotta be quick with shit. But like, I don't scramble to be the first to do something. People scramble, oh, level 100 showcase. Bro, why would I care about your level 100 showcase when this motherfucker doesn't have LR gear, or you don't have the proper gear for this motherfucker? First off, you gave them gear for somebody else that works similarly but not exactly the same. 2, who cares about your level 100 when they're not 5 star and they're not getting their full passive in? That's just not a fully built character. 3, you don't got no damn accessories. 4, all their skills aren't even level 5. You know who's the first mage who's gonna get a fucking showcase on my account? Yami. What do you notice about Yami? This man has all his skills level 5. This man is a 5 star. This man is 500. This man's skill page is 4 out of 5 star. And on the latest story chapter that they have given us, I'm going to get this man's skill page 5 out of 5 star. And honestly, his team power is shit right now. This is his physical damage set. Yami is not a character that you want to focus physical damage on. Yes, physical damage is going to be his stat that's more prevalent over magical attack. And on the pieces, on the sub gear, like on these pieces right here, the main stats you want to focus on is going to be physical attack. Yes, but I'm talking about this actual set right here. I am not going to be building Yami physical attack. I'm going to be building this man Yami purely crit rate, right? So 4 pieces of crit rate gear to increase his crit rate by an extra 15%, because his crit rate is already 36.2. Or no, this isn't even the right set. Kyoto, literally this physical damage gear right here, I kind of like. I have one set for magical attack mages. I have one set for physical attack mages. I have a set for supports. I have a set for debuffers, and I have a set for tanks. That's kind of like general, right? So Kyoto does not have his own gear set right now. Kyoto has a gear set that is like attack and like just attack, right? I just shared this set from Yami to Kyoto, right? Realistically, what I want to do with Yami is build him 4 pieces of crit rate gear and then 2 pieces of crit damage gear. Because once you get Yami fully built out, you can really maximize the crits he's doing. And Yami is a character, his normal attacks don't hit that hard. His crits hit like nearly 3 times, 4 times as fucking hard, right? So that's what I'm aiming for. And I feel like people like to see the big numbers right here, yeah, because they get so caught up in that. That's a Grand Cross thing. Yeah, your stats are big, you get this. Gear sets are so fucking diverse in this game, and they're not as simple as these are set to 2 pieces, these are set to 4 pieces. That is the only way you can run these specific sets. This game is set up in a way where it's like, these are all the sets. You can do 2-piece or you can do 4-piece. Do as you wish. That's how this game works. You cannot come with a simplistic, oh, attack. You have to start looking into the characters like truly and deeply and figuring out exactly how they work, so you can figure out exactly what gear works best for them. And this right here, you see I'm doing this 2-piece shit. That's because I quite literally am just not lucky enough to get the full set of gear for Yami. Realistically, what I want is a 4-piece set for Yami, because bro, what people neglect to realize is when you do 2-piece, you are solely focusing on a mage's attack. Now, we're in month 1 of the game. Yes. Instant gratification mindset. I am going to build these characters in a way that they do big damage right now because there is no content where I need everybody to have a lot of survivability. Imagine this game's equivalent of Demonic Beast Battle, where everybody on your team is going to be getting hit with an AoE and they're going to be getting hit like somewhat hard. If you have a bunch of people who are built attack, they're going to be so fucking squishy, bro. And like, yeah, Mimosa's a great healer. Think about the fact she can only resurrect somebody once. Or she can only resurrect one person at a time. And you have to wait 8 turns for that shit to come back. Now, would you rather be in a position where you have a character on your team that can resurrect someone and the rest of your team is squishies? And she's constantly trying to like resurrect and save them? Or would you rather be in a position where you built the characters out 4-piece gear set, 2-piece gear set, and within that 4-piece gear set, they get the attack stat that they need, but they also get the HP stat, and they also get a defense stat. That would also boost your combat power, I believe, because usually in games like this, the thing that contributes the most to your team power, combat power, is, and I'm sorry guys, I know that people like to call it combat class, but 7 Deadly Sins Grand Cross is such a shitty fucking game, bro. I do not like to call combat power combat class in this game, because I do not like to, yes, the same company made the game, but I do not like to give Grand Cross any credit for this. Obviously inspiration, obviously, but honestly this game is way better in my opinion. League's better. So much shit I can do, so much growth. Character growth is so expensive on this shit, bro. Gear, accessories, talents, like bro, there's already a hidden potential system. What is the hidden potential system in 7 Deadly Sins? Oh, that system where you have to be a fucking sweat because you reach a certain like team, or you reach a certain box combat class requirement, and then you get these buffs for your entire account, whereas each character, you can focus on the characters you want individually instead of forcing yourself to work on every single character and boost your entire overall account combat power. Because think about it, you work on the characters that you want to work on, eventually you're going to max them out, like quite literally max them the fuck out. You can't make them any better than you have them, right? That forces you to start working on other characters that you don't want to work on. But see, I can work on a character to what would be the extent in Seven Deadly Sins. So let's say no talent system, right? Let's say in Seven Deadly Sins, right? These are characters in Seven Deadly Sins. The only thing I'm going to be able to do is this awakening system right here. Nah, this wouldn't be shit. You can't level up skills in Seven Deadly Sins, right? You can get a costume, but like costumes boost your stats. That's just cheese in itself. So if this were a character in Seven Deadly Sins, all I could do is boost this man's stars, boost this man's level, boost this man's rarity, give this man gear. In this game, I can boost this man's stars, boost this man's rarity, boost this man's level, boost this man's gear, give this man accessories, boost this man's hidden potential or talent system. Then I can go and level up his skills also. You see how much more character growth that is? And yes, I guess it feels daunting to some people, but aren't you glad that you can customize your character to such a degree, bro? And they even give you a choice of like, yo, which skill do you want? Which skill is most important to you? Cool, focus that skill. They have team skills. You remember how Link skills, or not Link skills. Yeah, you remember how they used to have special like ultimate attacks in Seven Deadly Sins, and then like that's just not a fucking thing anymore. I feel like these team skills are going to be something that's prevalent in Black Clover Mobile for a very long time, especially because all the time people love to talk about the power of rivals and shit like that. So don't, like, bro, people are comparing this game to something that they're used to, and this is a new experience. Why did you walk into this thinking it was going to be something that you're used to? You were not ready to accept discomfort. You were not ready to grow in this game, and it's okay. Everybody's not built like me. Everybody's not trying to hop into this shit and get grinding surpass their fucking limits and shit. Hey, bro, I pick up a lesson in every little thing. Even in those first few episodes of Black Clover, when Asta was just doing 1,000 push-ups a day like a fucking meathead, bro, I picked up something in that as well. That means when you do not have the tools that you need to reach the position that you want to be in, be prepared to polish the tools that you do have already, so that when you do get your hands on those proper tools, that is the only tool you have to polish. But instead, people want to cry. People want to complain. Oh, I can't get this skill page. Could you imagine Nog's play experience if this man didn't cry about not having a lick skill page, and he just worked on other like shit, and then he finally he stuck to the fucking game, and he finally got lick skill page. Let me tell you this, I don't give a shit about lick skill page. You know why? Because I got that shit 3 times. I don't give a fuck about Lick's skill page. But somebody like him who's so pressed on the skill page, if he would have stuck to the game and not quit, and he would have eventually gotten the skill page, because come on, bro. If you plan on doing a bunch of summons in the game, you would have gotten that shit eventually. You just wanted that shit right there, right now. Cool. If you would have stuck to the game and gotten that skill page eventually, you would have felt so much happier about that shit. But you quit it. You just discounted yourself. I like to say now, do not cheat yourself. Cheat reality and achieve godhood. Because that is something that you can really fucking do, bro. But yeah, this is my account. This man Chaos isn't here. Honestly, Chaos be popping in and out of the streams. It's okay. Chaos will be back. And when the Chaos comes back, I'll work on I'll show my box off again, bro. Show the box off to however many people. That doesn't sound right. Show my character box off to. Oh, you are here. Cool. Okay, I'm glad. I just want to make sure you were seeing this shit, bro. Oh, but let me show you the impressive part. Yes, currently 10, cool. Currently 10 SSRs, a 5-star. Fuegolian and who else? Somebody else. Fuegolian and Nozeller are both 4 stars. So they're next. That's crazy. That is those 2 that are 4 stars, right? But everybody else you already know. 5-star. If we look at the skill pages. Oh, that's not the right place. Look at my skill pages here, bro. 96%. I can't front. And like obviously everybody's trying to do their thing, right? But like I looked at videos just like randomly play, right? This man Giku made a video. And he was like my well account, blah blah blah. Who's Splash? Yo, that's crazy, bro. Yo, if y'all don't know, this man Who's Splash is a classic, bro. This man has been riding the dead man wave for like a grip, bro. But like, yeah, I was watching this man Kiku's video. He was like, yo, my $600 plus whale account. And I was looking at his account and I was like, wow. I really am the only person on my level. Like, it's just me up here. It's just me up here. And I'm fine with that, bro. I'm somebody who likes solitude. But yeah, chaos. If you look here, you can see. It's not even a matter of I'm missing one character specific skill page, bro. It's the fact that I'm only missing 3 skill pages in general in the game. Character specific or not. Like, bro, Kahono's the only one, and I'm absolutely going to get her skill page. I want that shit, bro. I love her skill page effect. Like, her skill page gives you, if she gets crit, it only happens 3 times per battle. But if she gets crit, there's a chance that you can heal back, if it's at level 1, 10% of your team's HP, and at level 6, 20% of the team's HP from her getting crit. So say you get hit with an AoE and everybody is at really low HP and she gets crit in that AoE. Bro, she healing everybody back up and she technically just brought everybody back from the brink of fucking death. That's so crazy to me. That's 20% of her max HP. Oh, let me show you. Hey, who splashed just subscribed to the UB Tube? My boy. Damn, bro. I need to get my alerts right for YouTube. But yo, let me show you right now. Kahono, I've been farming the stage for getting crit rate gear for Yami. Where is Kahono? Isn't it just like, bro? I feel like it's just a little fucking ridiculous that, like, quite literally, my Kahono's already 5-star, bro. She's been out a few days. She's already 5-star, bro. Obviously, I don't have her skill page, but still, look at this, right? This skill 1 right here can be spam. It's a skill 1, bro. You can spam this shit. If you use this shit, the ally on your team who has the lowest HP gets 4%, as it is right now, gets 4% of their maximum HP back as health at the start of the turn for 4 turns. If you level this skill up to level 5, they get 8% of their maximum HP back. 8% of their maximum HP back, bro. Yeah, she's already 5-star, bro. You know why Kahono is 5-star? Because I don't have her skill page yet. Yeah, bro. And honestly, I'm not upset she's 5-star. Healer, thank you. I was gonna say healers are definitely something you want to have 5-star. Wow. You know what I just thought about? Every healer in my account is 5-star. I guess that goes to show how much I value healers, right? But Kahono Kahono is interesting because she's the first mage that heals based off of HP. Because typically your healer, you want to have a lot of HP, you want to have a lot of defense to make sure that they're surviving a super long time, and if they get hit, that they're not dying, right? And it feels so stupid to me that so many healers work based off of magical attack, especially when there are stages that can lower magical attack, and then all of a sudden your healer is healing like shit. Then it's just like, wow, so much for healing. But with Kahono, who works based off of HP, now look, Kahono's HP right now is 66,764. Let me put on her gear. Let me show y'all her gear. This is her gear. I already have three legendary gold star HP pieces for her. Her HP, what happened to streaming on Twitch, dead man? Twitch changes their policies around too much. They play too many fucking games, and I'm not a fan of it. And plus, my original goal was YouTube anyway, and it felt like whenever I was on Twitch and I would try to plug people to my YouTube, there really wouldn't be, like, bro, you would expect people to be able to go over from Twitch to YouTube and give you a follow, especially when you drop the link for them right there. But it's just like, we live in a world that is constantly, over the generations, trying to dampen your mental capabilities. So people's attention span is just so low these days, and people are committed enough to be in the moment right there, but people are not committed to do something that takes 10 seconds, right? So now I am back on the forefront, back on YouTube, doing my thing here. I like the concept of YouTube better anyway, because with Twitch, you gotta stream. You gotta have like a lot of energy, and honestly, on YouTube, even if you're having a bad day, even if you're sick, even if some fuck shit happened to you in your life, bro, on YouTube, you can at least fake your energy, or even, you don't even gotta fake your energy. You can let people know what it is at the beginning of the video and be like, hey guys, I'm sorry that my energy is not where it usually is in this video. This thing is going on in my life right now, and honestly, this is just how I feel about it. But it's cool because I'm still gonna make this content for you guys. I'm still gonna make this video, right? Then boom, you drop a fucking video. You can get back down into the dumps as much as you want to, after you finish recording. Afterwards, you can like edit your shit and just kind of like lock yourself away in your mind and just be editing, because like editing is kind of therapeutic. I like editing videos too, and I like learning new things. So every time I make a video, it's like I try to improve on that, and sometimes the videos do come out very similarly, but sometimes I do find like a new technique or a new method or some shit like that, and I really do feel like I've grown as a person because my content is very serious to me. My content is very important to me. But yeah, you guys see right here that Kahono's HP is 75k right here, and this HP set, now, you do not see the effects of this HP set from right here, but you can just see the stats that I'm giving her. It says plus 8,400. There's something in here. Yes. So, this boost to her HP that you're seeing right here is strictly from the flat numbers that are coming from the gear she has on right now. Now, think about the fact, and this is why I like 4-piece sets. Think about the fact that when I go into a mission, when she hops in, she gets an extra 7% HP. That's what this effect is right here on the 2-piece effect. Then, also, I feel like people don't understand that whenever you put on 4 pieces of gear, you don't just get the 4-piece effect. Like, y'all know that, right? You get, never mind, make it a 201k CC team. Yo, Nikki, you're really going crazy, bro. Like, when I have my gear on my units properly organized, my team's combat power is at like 200,000. But like, I'm trying to get to a point that no matter what team I'm using, that shit's 200,000 at the very least. Oh, my watch is telling me to stand here, and since I am moving to improve my life, I will stand and make sure that I'm not too sedentary during this stream. Plus, I was getting a little bit tired. I'm not gonna lie to y'all. So now I can stand up and kind of like regain a little bit of energy. Let me lower my camera right now. You still play Legends? Splash. Where do you think you're at, bro? Hell no, I don't play no fucking Legends. Yo, I think Dokkan's a better game than Legends. And honestly, I barely can keep my hold on Dokkan. Now that this is out, I delete Dokkan literally every other fucking day because I'm like, this game is fucking garbage. And then I like re-download it later on because I'm just like, alright, I got an auto battle today. I guess I can play this shit for today, right? But Legends, I think, is a horrible game. Not a horrible game. It's absolutely just not for me. Whenever I'm playing a gacha game, I like gacha games because gacha games are card collectors for me. I am a collector. I like to collect things, and I do not like to let go of those things. And honestly, well, I have to go now. But I am a collector first and foremost, so, you know, I like games like this where I'm not so pressed on PvP. I'm not so pressed on fucking keeping up with the Joneses. My team is Mars, Lotus, Fauna because she's the queen and the main queen, Noelle until Maria Leona drops. Yo, Nikki, you're fired for that because that's like the combo, bro. That was the team I was using to demolish the game for a while. That's such a good team. And instead of using Noelle, I was just using Yami in the first place, but now I use Noelle. Well, I have to go now. I have a date. See you later, buddy. I hope I can catch you soon. Yo, Chaos, thank you for being here. I hope you enjoy your date. You deserve the world, my boy. I hope it goes good for you, and I hope y'all really kick it off. But yeah, man. Noelle is obviously god tier in this fucking game. Literally, the only person that can truly like combat her on the same level type shit is that man Kyoto. Fauna, I love Fauna. To this day, I don't care how many mages they drop. Unless they drop another blue character who is ripping ass like Fauna is on all these missions, bro, I'ma love Fauna till this game is shut the fuck down. Lotus is Lotus, bro. There's not really anything else to say about Lotus at this point. Lotus literally is like the best character to pick up on launch of the game. I know I haven't said it this entire stream. Keep up the energy and surpassing your limits. Thank you, Chaos. I know that I haven't said this the entire stream because I don't really, like, this isn't about likes anymore. This isn't about, like, subscribers anymore. It is just about making sure that I give you guys the best information that I can give you, whether it be information on the game or whether it be information about life. Because, honestly, I have been in such a contemplative state these past few days and have been trying to make so many big changes in my life. And kind of hitting a wall on some of those changes, and then also am jumping over walls in some of those stages, right? That I had to realize a lot of things about myself. But now that I've realized a lot of things about myself, I've been coming clean to a lot of different like people in my life. Not to say that I've been lying to them, but just more so like I haven't been giving them it's not like they asked for it, but like I feel like maybe I can give people more information than I do sometimes. And like now I'm to a point where I'm just trying to be full frontal with everybody upon initial like encounter. I'm not trying to be like anybody who you feel like you talk to when there's something hidden behind. So guys, like that's just where I am with it right now. That's just where I am. But yeah, that is Kahono's gear there. I'm working on this gear set. Say, before I got Noelle, I was using Blue Yami and Fauna. Just too damn good. I just got Kyoto, the LR, level 85. Gonna get him up more. Yeah, Kyoto is super incredible because when I was farming Affinity stages, I was farming this man's Affinity while he was an SSR mage. And quite literally, he was actually bodying the stages. It didn't even matter he was SSR level 60. He was still bodying the stages, bro. He still has good damage. Like, it's just that his multipliers and the benefits of his skills are just like so incredible that it really doesn't matter what rarity he is. He's going to hit hard for his current level, right? Damn, that water bottle's empty. Let me get another one here. Ugh. But nah, bro. Them first few days back to the gym really be like a death sentence, and then like you get over like the first few days. No. It's not even getting over than the first few days. Quite literally, it's like the first 2 or 3 days. You like work out, or no? It's really the first day. The first day you work out, and like working out from going to not working out. So a little backstory, guys. Me and Bambino, if you guys don't know Bambino, you'll meet him. That is another person who creates content sometimes, and he hasn't been doing it for a while, but he says that he likes it. So if he likes it, I'm going to try and help push him towards that goal, right? Me and Bambino were going to the gym like non-stop, right? We were going every day of the week except for Sunday. Obviously, you need your rest day. And we were doing our splits and everything to make sure that our body was getting the proper rest. We were going like religiously, and then it would be like the big YouTuber wanted to dick ride Noelle so much and forget to actually use other units in the game. That's what I'm saying. Noelle's not the only unit in the game. It's just like, yeah, cool. And they're like, think about it like this, Nikki. The big YouTubers are dick riding Noelle because Noelle is the hypest character. Even these content creators don't know how to think for themselves. They're going to make a video because the thought in their mind is, if I make this video, then this many people will fuck with it. Oh yeah, I'm gonna get this many. Fuck that. You know what I think when I make a video? I pull up on my computer. I'm just in a crazy headspace. Or not a crazy headspace. I'm in a specific headspace that kind of led me to like hop on and make my. And that's why I'm so slow with content. I don't rush it. I don't like to rush it. Right? So I get into a headspace. I pull up on my computer. And not completely rushing it. Like I said, I was in a negative headspace before. Right? But sometimes I can reach a higher frequency in the middle of those like crests. I can reach a peak. And when I reach that peak, I'm just like, you know what? I feel like sitting down and recording. Let's see what happens. And as soon as I start recording and talking about the game, I instantly see like my energy just picks up as I'm recording the video. Because I truly am passionate about what I'm talking about. Because I truly love doing what I'm doing, right? And it's like I have the freedom to do that as well. That's another aspect of it. When you have the freedom to do things that you want and they make you feel even more free, that is the most crucial thing you should be doing in your life, I guess you should say. I love playing video games. I've loved playing video games since I was a kid. I love anime. I've been watching that shit since I was like fucking 5 years old, bro. Even when I didn't know I was watching anime. Even when I was watching Pokemon and Digimon. And I just thought those shits were cartoons. And I was watching Naruto on Cartoon Network. Before Cartoon Network realized that Naruto literally has motherfuckers murdering each other and stopped airing the shit. Inspirational ass YouTuber. Hey, bro, it just is what it is, bro. And literally, it's just like, I like the things that I like, and I am not somebody who is going to stop doing the shit that I like for somebody else, man. If you cannot learn to accept me, then fuck it. I don't need you. And like, I hid from my mom for the longest that I like anime and manga and all that shit, because like, my mom's not a judgmental person. But it's just like, though, it's crazy how a lot of the fear in your own life is not actually stemming from anything external. It stems from within. The reason why you fear things is because your perception of the situation that will happen is what is holding you back, right? Say you like this girl and you never tell her that you like her because you're scared of her saying no. Who gives a fuck if she says no? Bro, you determine who you accept in your life, right? So if you pulled up on this girl and you told her you liked her and then you're a Gemini, huh? Because I am, and I had the same mindset. I'm not a Gemini, and I'm not somebody who really believes in zodiac signs that much. But literally, who gives a fuck? Who gives a fuck if that girl says no? Life is a think about this. Everything in life, I feel like, is like a numbers game. You from birth are going to be given opportunity time and time and time and time again to show the kind of person you are, even when you're a baby. You can be a baby that sleeps all the time, and people are going to think, oh, he's so sweet, he's so tranquil, or she too, right? And then you could also be a baby that cries all the time, and be like, damn, that baby's a fucking headache. There are some people who are going to keep it real with you, right? And all these things are just you proving yourself to be a certain type of way in the eyes of people. And literally, as you grow older, all these situations like accumulate and shit, and people just build this image of you, right? But think about the fact that that image people have of you is the image that you portray. Nobody else made that. That was you. Your parents give you things, tell you to do certain things and do this shit. And like, bro, my mom told me to go to school. I dropped out. I want to go back to school now, but now I know what I want to go back to school for, right? But like beforehand, my mom was like, yo, go to school. Everybody thought that school was the big thing. And honestly, I feel like school is not something that you do until you have the financial stability for that, right? And school is fucking expensive. Except for like, I mean, if you go to community college, that shit can be pretty cheap. But even still, like paying a band a semester, some people can't even do that, right? So it's just like, make sure that it's something that you can do before you do it. Because the thing about life is, it'll tell you that some things are bad for you and some things are good for you. You know what is similar about things that are good and bad for you? Things that are good for you and things that are bad for you fill a void in somebody's life. If your parents did not go to school and they have you, you are the next generation and they expect better of you. And to fill a void in their life, they're going to make you go to school, right? So you are trying to fill a void for someone else. Okay, cool. Let's say people do drugs. A lot of people like to do drugs because drugs help them not think about the situation that they're in at the moment. And that's just not good, right? You need to be able to handle the situations that you're in. And it's funny that I say this because I smoke a lot of weed. I'm out now, and honestly, I'm not too pressed to, like, this is just honesty, dead man. I'm really not too pressed to go buy any more right now. And honestly, if I really wanted to be high, I have people who just offer me that shit, bro. But I'm not hanging out with those people. But even if they pulled up and offered me that shit, you know what I'm saying? I'm gonna look at them and be like, nah, I'm chilling, bro. I got a pretty good like mental state going right now, and I've been cooking up these past few days, and I just kind of want to keep it that way, right? You see that? You have the freedom to say no, right? So, why do I say these are similar and talk about avoiding your life? Your parents shouldn't make you go to school because they didn't. Your parents should give you the free reign to let you do what you want to do, and that fills a void in their life. Because if your parents make you do something that they wanted to do, then you're not going to be living your own life. You're going to feel some disdain towards them later on, right? And when I dropped out of school, me and my mom had that talk. I didn't tell her when I first dropped out of school because I didn't want to disappoint her. But I mean, I also wasted my time after I dropped out of school, and she was disappointed any fucking way. So I just prolonged what was not even the inevitable. If I really would, well, the way that I was acting in life, the mental state that I was at currently was inevitable. It was an inevitable event, right? Because I am the type of person that is really smart. I don't like to say that because I don't like to talk about myself. I like to portray a humble demeanor, right? But I am somebody who is super fucking smart. Did 4 random runs on the LR gear and got my 40th LR gear, LOL, and they say it's bad. I mean, yeah, bro, it's just RNG, bro. But dead ass though, I have set my automatic to do like 6-8 runs on that shit real quick and got 2 pieces out of that shit. I'm just like, well, I'm cooking for today, bro. But it's like literally, bro. After I dropped out of school, I had spent such a long time just just feeling like I was the man because, like, yeah, I dropped out. Like, yeah, I don't need school. But then, like, if you drop out of school just to say that you dropped out of school, what the fuck are you doing with that? School, while it is a system of control, it is still something that can help you improve your life value if you know what you're doing with it, right? That's how everything is. Because, like I said, let's talk about weed, right? There is medical marijuana, right? And there are some people who are literally prescribed that shit because it helps them through their situation. Some people have cancer and they're going through fucking chemotherapy and they smoke kush to help balance themselves out, right? It's just everything can be beneficial, everything can be negative, except for like fucking meth and fucking heroin and shit like that. Like at that point, it's just like, bro, calm down. You got lost a long way out and you need to come back. And even if you can't come back, bro, don't go any further, please. But anyway, besides the point. School is not something that is good for you if you do not have the money for it. Because even if you can excel in your classes and yes, you're smart, you're studious, whatever, school at the end of the day is just something that teaches you how to listen to people. Think about it. When you're in elementary school, you have to stand in the fucking line. You have your teacher who would be like your manager. You have the principal who would be like the general manager. And then you have like the superintendent who would be like the district manager. You lost me at meth part. Weed, I was like, whoa. Yeah, meth, boo, lame. Yeah, meth, fuck that shit. But like literally think about it, right? There's all the structures are similar. So school, similar to work, right? Now, think about in school, there are rules that you have to follow. Schools have dress codes. What is a dress code? A uniform that you have to wear at work. Cool. In elementary school, I don't know about y'all, but way back when I was fucking younger, I'm 23 now. When I was younger, I remember in elementary school, they would put one kid who would kiss the teacher's ass the most at the front of the line, and they would call that kid a line leader. What the fuck is a line leader? Your line leader is your supervisor because your supervisor is going to kiss the manager's ass to get where he wants to go, right? Jobs are just legalized pyramid schemes. Nobody wants somebody that can be the next CEO of their company. Why the fuck would they want that? If they hired that, what would be the point of them having their job? And why would they show that to somebody above them? Because then that person's going to think the same thing. Why do you have your job when we can give them your job? Nobody wants an executive. Nobody wants a CEO. That's what entrepreneurship comes in. Because some people realize that and they're just like, these motherfuckers don't want me to control their company. And honestly, fuck their company. That shit's lame. I'm going to make my own company because I can do this shit better. That is the mindset of an entrepreneur. Everybody, one of my homies that I was talking to earlier said that he felt like he's been going fucking crazy in his life. And I just had to point out to him, what is sanity when everybody's mind is literally wired differently? Who's to say that sanity is even fucking real? Because people say sanity like it's this common thing that like everybody who's not a psychopath is sane. What is sane? Everybody's mind works differently. Everybody's brain is different. People literally can't see shit from the same perspective sometimes. War comes from people not being able to see the same fucking perspective. So what is sanity? The difference in between people who are entrepreneurs and all these big crazy things, and then the people who are still like workers and shit like that, is that people who are entrepreneurs accept the fact that they're crazy, and their craziness, and let's dial this all back to fucking anime, to Black Clover, right? Asta has a demon inside of him. Everybody in Black Clover does not have demons inside of them, but they do have some darkness inside of them. So look at Nozel, for example. Noel's older brother. He's fucking racist. Every time he looks at Yami, he says, "You foreigner." And honestly, that's racist, bro. Yami has been in the Clover Kingdom since he was like fucking, before he was 15, because you don't get a grimoire until you're 15. And this man, Yami, has a grimoire. He does not have a scroll with Yorioku, right? So Yami's been in the Clover Kingdom since before he was 15. Julius found him as a kid, literally the king of the kingdom, or the wizard king. And honestly, a reputable like magic knight, accepted him like a son, a little brother, I guess you could say. And he trained that man up. Yami has been protecting that damn country for years. And like, yeah, the Black Bulls are the Black Bulls at the beginning of the series. Everybody likes to shit on the Black Bulls, but they were still a Magic Knight squad. How? Because Julius foresaw that man Yami was cracked with that shit, and that Yami knows how to inspire people, people who are outcasts like him, right? And for Nozel to look at Yami and say, "You dirty foreigner, I can't believe a foreigner like you," blah blah blah. One, that's racist. Racism's never cool. Two, that means that you do not trust the Wizard King's judgment, and you were supposed to be the Magic Knights. The Magic Knights are supposed to be the next in command with the Wizard King, bro. Look at the fucking Magic Knights, bro. You got this man William Vengeance. Everybody was like, "Yo, he could be the next Wizard King." Yeah, until he turned on the fucking kingdom and almost got the entire kingdom fucking slaughtered for something they didn't fucking do, right? So everybody has some darkness within that they had to work around, right? So Asta is somebody who took that darkness and accepted that shit and was just like, "I can't front. You are a part of me, and I just have to accept you and implement you into what I'm doing to become stronger." That's how real life works. Everybody has negative aspects about themselves that they don't like. So say that you're somebody that has like trust issues. Don't let your trust issues be something that keeps you from associating with people and talking to people. Because the biggest skill that they teach you, that they don't teach you about in high school, is networking. They don't want you to know that if you know the right people, you can make it to the right places. You know how I know that? Because when you're in class and you're talking to people about some shit that you think is super cool outside of school, motherfuckers will tell you to quiet down. Motherfuckers will stop talking back there. For what? You teaching me the same shit they taught me last fucking year. And you teaching me the same shit they gonna teach me next fucking year. You stop talking up there. Get on your phone or some shit. Sit down. You ain't doing nothing. You're just a proxy right now. Right? So, that is the same as when you're at work. If you have a boss that's like super fucking strict, bro, they're going to try and pull up on you and tell you can't talk at work. I can't talk at work and I'm a grown ass man? Motherfucker. I pay my own phone bill. I drive to work with my own car and pay my own gas. And I make sure that I can still live where I'm living to make sure that I'm in a good position to come to work and make sure that I have a place where I can lay my head and shower and all that so that I can make sure I'm in a good mental state so I can come into this establishment and help you out. No, not work for you, help you out. Because you are just a fucking drone. You are just somebody who was in my position and then they were like, "Oh, this motherfucker will do whatever I say. Cool. I'm gonna put you in this spot and I'm gonna go up to the next stair." That's how corporate America works. I'm not fucking stupid. I can see this shit, right? So, I walk into every interview from the position of, you need me. You literally need me. You need all of us. Even the workers here who are shitty at their job, you need them too. Because you're not about to come do this shit. Think about this. You get managers who yell at you for not doing something. If you're that upset about the thing not being done, aren't you appointed to this position because you know how to do it so well? Do that shit. Well, no, I don't need to do that because I hired you. Okay, cool. But if you hired me to do the shit that you used to do and you don't know how to do that shit no more, give me your spot then. You get the fuck out of here. If you so pressed on me doing it. I mean, clearly I'm so much better than you at doing it that you don't want to do it yourself. So get the fuck out of the way and go ahead and move off the step. So I can go ahead and topple the rest of the motherfuckers behind you. But companies do not want that. They do not want that. So you have to find your own avenues of life, really. Like, everything is a system to try and make you feel dead, right? And that's why my name is Dead Man Vince. Y'all about to get some real philosophy. If you are dead, you have nothing. All these shit that you acquire in life, bro, you cannot take that shit with you. So all the shit that you buy in life is really not yours. It's yours for now, and when you die, that shit's gonna go somewhere, bro. Shit. I had a $1,300 manga collection. I saw that shit. You know what's crazy? Before I saw that shit, if I would have died, that manga collection would have been sitting in here. And honestly, my mom doesn't read fucking manga. My sister doesn't read fucking manga. Hopefully they will think it's comic books and donate it to like my little cousins so they can read that shit and find something that they like, right? But even still, right there, that manga won't mine. Now it's my little cousins. That manga is just a manga, right? It's just what it is. Everything is what it is. But when you die, there's nothing left, right? As far as we know. We're alive, so we don't know, right? So, Musashi Miyamoto, the greatest samurai in history, he said, "Fight like a dead man." I'm pretty sure, or somebody was talking about Miyamoto Musashi, and they said that in a video, in an inspirational video, "Fight like a dead man." And I really love that because I've never seen that before. I call myself Dead Man Vince. I call myself Dead Man Vince because I feel dead to the world. I've been put in a lot of situations where I feel really good. I feel this way. I feel that way. I feel alive. And then after I get to the end of those situations with people, with certain things, with whatever, right? A car, I love this car. Damn, the car breaks down. Fuck, right? Damn, I love this girl. Damn, the girl was just cheesing the whole time. Fuck, right? When you are in a situation that makes you feel alive, you are alive. So when that situation just instantly ends on you, it's like dying instantly. And Dead Man Vince means that I have learned from enough different experiences that have killed my heart or killed some aspect of my mind or killed some expectation of mine that like nothing can kill me anymore. I am the invincible dead man. Invincible is what Dead Man Vince means. Literally, Vince is in the word invincible, right? And also, while we're talking about things that are oddly, vaguely similar, we were talking about at the beginning of this fucking stream how I manifested the thought waves for Black Clover Mobile. I genuinely feel like if I did not make those videos and I did not start thinking as hard as I could, start prophesying in my own mind that we would get something like this, that we wouldn't fucking get it. Yeah, I'm one person, but what did we talk about? One drop hits the ocean and goes on for fucking ever, right? So one little thing that I do causes a frequency shift in someone else. They're just like, you know what? I want to do this. I want to do this. I want to do this. And who's to say the developers weren't watching the Grand Cross streams? Who's to say that a random one didn't hop into a stream? Imagine a random fucking developer hopped into a stream and then they saw my shit and I was like, yo, if they made a Black Clover game that was just like Seven Deadly, I would play that shit non-stop and I'd spend all this money in it. And they were just like, and then that one person goes and is just like, yo, Jaeyoung Choi, I can't front on you, bro. There's some people out here who want like a game on this series. Oh, okay, cool. Let's hop on this series. And I'm not saying this happened, but how do you know it didn't? You don't know. Everything is crazy in life. Nothing can be explained. As much as people try to find explanation, that's why science is not useless, but scientists, I feel like scientists who think so highly of themselves just need to calm down. Because you put so much explanations to so many different things, and there are so many unnatural, or natural and unnatural phenomenon that you cannot explain. So it's just like, who knows what really happens? I believe in vibrations. I believe in brainwaves. I believe in transmuting and transmogrifying thoughts, bro. Damn. Let's go back to playing the game. I'm honestly just going to farm the Affinity stage a little more. Because like, I'm so close to getting that shit to level 4, bro. And then I get another duplicate. I'm low-key going to just go ahead and buy this duplicate of this man Nozel so I can have 11 5-star SSR characters. Because honestly, at this point, so many of my characters are just cracked out. It just looks so pretty to see her account and just see like, oh, 5 stars everywhere. That looks so wonderful, bro. And honestly, I was going to say, I'm eventually going to get to the point where I do summons and I just absolutely like 5-star mage. Like as soon as they drop, bruh, I'm already to that point. Not on purpose, of course. You know, I'm trying to get the skill pages for specific mages and I don't get the skill pages in the first rotation, which I want to let y'all know right now. The only banners, and this has changed with Kahano's banner, but before Kahano's banner, the only banners that I did not summon all of the skill pages to that banner before the first rotation was over is seasonal banners. Why is that? Because there's literally 3 different skill pages to get. So I get one of them in the first rotation. That always is a given, right? But then, you know, you go deeper into your rotations and you don't know what you're going to be getting. So, literally, I went 3 rotations deep on the Season 2 banner. Noel's 5-star. Yuno's 5-star. Ghosh's 5-star. I was going for skill pages. No, I went 4 rotations deep. I didn't go 4 rotations, but I went 3 rotations deep, and then literally I went to like, I started the 4th rotation. And I was like, man, I wasn't even like this hurt. I was like, honestly, bro, I pulled the skill pages of other mages that I needed. Because I was missing 6 before that. Then obviously new characters drop, I'm missing 9. And now I'm only missing 1 right now. And this is a banner later. So just think about like the fact that you can put the positive energy into your own life. You can put the positive energy into your own endeavors and get good results from it. Bro, what do I say every time I start summoning? Deadman doesn't say, okay, I need this, I want this. No. I hop in and I say, all right, guys, let's get these fucking characters, let's get these fucking skill pages, and let's be done with it. I say that shit every time because I know I'm going to get it. It's not a matter of if, it is a matter of when. And look at Kyoto's banner. Kyoto's banner has not been touched since like the first fucking day. I did 9 summons on that shit, got his skill page, got him. Done with it. Cool. Literally, Kohono is the only character that's not on a seasonal banner that I have not gotten her skill page in the first rotation. But since she is the only character, I know for a fact that if I do a... Wait. Have I done 2 rotations on her banner already? I don't think so. Yeah. No. I haven't done 2 rotations on this banner yet. I still need to get this first one finished. And honestly, I'm on the last summon right beforehand. So you can understand why my brain is... Ooh, King Wolf. I mean, I don't know how I feel about doing King Wolf right now. Honestly. I mean, fuck it. I didn't want to do this King Wolf fight because I wanted to use all of my stamina to farm a little bit more affinity right now. But honestly, who cares? I'll go ahead and farm King Wolf up. Lotus's gear is currently on a debuffer. Who is it? Nebra. I'd be getting Nebra and Solid confused all the time. They're both equally fucking useless anyway. But honestly, in this game, they're not too bad. Solid, literally Solid is solid. Solid is solid, bro. Because I remember the first day, I was like, it's crazy how this man's name is Solid and he's really not solid. And then I used him for farming affinity, and I was like, wow, these runs are going like somewhat quickly. This man Solid's actually pretty solid. Not too bad. No pun intended. I want to tell y'all something. Like, bro, like I just said, Deadman is a fucking veteran, like fucking weed smoker. That's just my life, right? I'm laying off of it day by day right now, even right now, right? And literally the other day I was absolutely fried and I made the craziest invention, bro. I boiled some hot dogs on the stove. I got some hot dog buns, right? And then I melted some butter and some cream cheese, and I seasoned it, and then I like mixed it up, right? And then I glazed the hot dog buns with that shit. I put that shit in my toaster oven, and I had me some like toasted fucking cream cheese, hot dog, whatever the fuck. I can't front of y'all. If y'all think that shit sounds nasty, bro, give it a shot. I can't front. When I first made it, I really did think that shit was gonna be kind of nasty. I was kind of scared to bite into that shit. But yo, cause like, you know how sometimes, I don't know if y'all like to cook or anything, but like, bro, sometimes you cook and like, if you're not like an absolute god in the kitchen, like my mom, a god in the kitchen. Whatever my mom cooks, no question, that shit's gonna be crazy. Oh, yes, okay, I was gonna say, it's gonna try to disappear on me, but Lotus slowed him down. Noelle got that last attack in, right? So like, my mom's a goddess in the kitchen, right? So she can whip up anything fucking crazy, right? Damn, I had food that I could have used to turn this into 384,000 gold, but it's whatever, right? So sometimes when I cook, that shit don't always turn out absolutely the best. So sometimes when I'm cooking, I do be a little worried. I do be like, damn, how did this shit turn out? I had that feeling with the hot dog because I was like, yo, I'm fried right now, and in theory, this shit sound like a good idea. And I'm gonna be honest with you, bro. I looked up hot dogs with cream cheese just to see like, yo, how does this shit like fare? And I was just like, I figured out Seattle does like hot dogs with cream cheese and fucking like jelly on them. That shit sounds fucking nasty, dude. Or maybe it's like some sort of like jam, but it's not jam from a sweet fruit, but more so jam like some chili jam or some shit like that, right? Chili paste. But I take my bite into my hot dog and I'm just like, yo, this shit slaps. Like, from what I just said of those combinations of food, cream cheese, you know, the seasoning, toasted bread, hot dog, whatever you imagine that would taste like, but it being good, that's exactly what it tasted like. And I felt so accomplished when I bit into that shit, bro. Because I was really like, yo, what if I really just made 2 hot dogs right now? And this shit is going to be absolute garbage, bro. Because I'm so hungry right now. But absolutely am not willing to go anywhere And bro, it was a mission fucking success. Affinity. Cause like, bro, I can't front. I remember the first day. There's like a Discord I'm in with a bunch of content creators for this shit. I remember like the first day or the second day maybe. Nah, it was the first day. That chapter 5 it came out. They had pulled up to my stream and they were just like, "Yo, what's your affinity at for chapter 5?" And I was like, "Oh yeah, bro, I'm already chilling at level 1 like world affinity." And they're just like, "Bro, how the fuck?" And I'm just like, "Bro, like I deadass just be playing the game for real, bro. Like I'm not finna sit here and pretend that I'm doing some extra super duper crazy shit. I just be playing the game for real. Yes, I spend money, but even though I spend money, I don't let that make me complacent. I still grind this shit like I am a free-to-play player. I get every single free material that I can day in and day out to make sure that these characters can be built up as much as they possibly need. Now, when I get to a point where every character has LR gear, every character has LR accessories, and literally I'm only waiting on... Here's when I'll... Wait. Damn, I don't have anything for affinity. That's fine. 8 runs, that's it. That's fine. Actually, just do this. But when I get to a point where every single character is level 100, every single character is 5-star, every single character, all their skills are level 5, and then every single character has their accessories, all LR, every single character has all of their fucking talents all boosted up all the way, and then every single character has like, just, you know, whatever you can give a character. And they have their skill page maxed out, right? When I have all that for my characters, I'm gonna be honest, even still, I will not be complacent in this game. Because at the end of the day, even though I did all of that, if you notice something about the gear, you cannot reroll the substats, which absolutely fucking sucks. But that means that if you want the perfect substats on your gear, you gotta just keep farming more gear. But when I get to a point where all that shit is built out, bro, quite literally the gear stage is just gonna be a one tap for me. It's just like, it's literally just like 50 runs, but the 50 runs took like 30 minutes because it's just like,